coach Tony Resch, the new season opened with questions, and the answers have come from new sources. A win in Buffalo. Then in New York, goalie Andy Piazza took a big bite from the Big Apple. For years, the Wings were defined by MVP Gary Gait, but Gait has flown south, leading the Baltimore Thunder into the Core State Center. It's National Lacrosse League action coming up next. The big house in South Philadelphia is all dressed up tonight for opening night. It is the home opener for the Philadelphia Wings, entertaining their rivals to the south, the Baltimore Thunder, in town for National Lacrosse League action, and it's coming up next. And hi again, everybody, with Leif Ellsmo. I'm Larry Rosen. Welcome to our presentation of National Lacrosse League action. Leif, there are so many subplots to begin with tonight. I don't know where to start. Where do you want to go?
Well, Larry, and you really don't know who's going to be the hero or the main character in those subplots, and that's the key to the Philadelphia Wings. This is a team, as you mentioned, that has been built around Gary Gait for the last several years, but now they have a different hero, it seems, every week. They are 2-0, a team that looks to be in championship form, but they've got three balanced lines, each line scoring about 20 points. It was Booza last week, a rookie, scoring 3 goals. It was Peter Jacobs the week before in the opener, scoring 3 goals. This team gets a new offensive hero to help Tom Marechek, it seems, every week.
But they have a defensive stalwart to begin with. It's a 5-time All-Pro on the back end. When you've got great goaltending, it awfully helps a lot.
Well, and they have the best. This is Dallas Elliott. He is an All-Pro, the best in the indoor game, and he is going to be tough to beat tonight. But Andy Piazza, number 1, was the player of the week in the National Lacrosse League, and Andy Piazza is really the story of the week. He will back up Dallas Elliott, giving them excellent confidence in the goal. This team will be tough to beat. Dallas Elliott has proven he's the best. Piazza now has proven he is ready to step in if needed.
At practice earlier in the week, Tony Resch, the head coach, said, hey, it's not old home week just because you're so familiar with these guys. Will familiarity breed contempt, or will it breed respect when Gary Gait comes back to town?
Well, he's going to be tough to handle, you know that, but Gary Gait is really the best player to ever play the game, but they know each other well. Brian Volker will be the guy that they'll try to match up on Gary Gait. He'll have his hands full. They'll want to keep him away from the center of the field, protect Dallas Elliott, and you've got a chance to beat anybody.
The Philadelphia Wings have been in the championship game 5 of the last 6 years. The road back begins at the Core State Center when we return in just a moment.
Comcast Spectacor presents a jam-packed January at the Core States Complex, where everyone plays. The Flyers and 76ers are cooking with 12 dates at the Core State Center, and the Phantoms and Kicks blow the doors off the Core State Spectrum for 7 home games. America's top skaters compete in the 1998 State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships, January 4th through the 11th at the Core States Complex. Aerosmith takes over the Core State Spectrum on January 15th. Yanni appears at the Core State Center on January 27th. Philadelphia Wings Lacrosse is back at the Core State Center, home opener January 16th. There's LaSalle, Villanova, and Temple College basketball. The Hero Israel concert featuring the Philadelphia Orchestra and the Israeli Philharmonic graces the Core State Center January 24th. The World Wrestling Federation slams into the Core State Center on January 25th. The International Championship Rodeo stomps its way into the Core State Spectrum January 30th through February 1st. And then February heats up. The Core States Complex, where everyone plays.
This is Comcast Country, where more people use our wireless network than any other. People just like you. It seems sort of natural. Because we're from around here, we understand you better. What you want and what you need. What you're looking for in wireless phone service. And how to make it work on your budget. Sign up for Comcast Digital PCS now and get free calls to any one number. Up to 500 minutes over 3 months. Comcast Country. Nobody knows it better.
This National Lacrosse League action is brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it up Bud Light. And by Bryan Lacrosse Equipment, the official equipment supplier of the National Lacrosse League. And by Naya Water, official water of the National Lacrosse League.
And from the Core State Center here in Philadelphia, it's time for Flight 1998 to take off for the Philadelphia Wings and Baltimore Thunder.
Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you on behalf of the captain and crew. Welcome to Philadelphia Wings Flight 1998. I'm your stewardess, right. I said stewardess, not flight attendant. I'm here to show you how to enjoy your flight. So, just sit back and be quiet. Now, first, you keep your seatbelts buckled at all times. This puppy's always moving, and we wouldn't want you to get hurt. Like right there. The wings are known for taking people's breaths away. So, don't cough up a lung. We just had the upholstery cleaned. And for all you Baltimore fans out there, and don't forget your bark bag, because we're gonna kick your ass!
And now let's go to PA announcer Matt Cord and meet the Philadelphia Wings.
In Baltimore, one of the Wings' assistant captains and member of Team USA, number 6, Brian Volker. From Villanova, a 5-year attackman out of Baltimore, Pennsylvania. He recorded 4 points against the Buffalo Bandits on opening night, 6'2", 190, number 5, Paul O'Grady. Our captain, playing in his 96th professional lacrosse game, a 10-year vet from Vermont and Havertown. He's 6'1", 195, number 8, Johnny Davidson.
Is he
An 8-year vet from Ohio Wesleyan and Philadelphia. The Wings' second all-time assist leader and also currently 4th in the National Lacrosse League. 6'2", 190. Get ready, number 11, Kevin Bitterill. From Villanova, a 6-year captain, 6'175 from New York. Number 14, Jimmy Rogers. A 3-year attackman, tied second in the league this year in assists. ACC's 1995 Player of the Year from Duke, number 18, Matt Oglesby. From Dartmouth, a 7-year vet forward at 5'8", 165, picked up 2 assists over Buffalo. Number 20, Batesy, Chris Bates. At center, the tallest player in the National Lacrosse League. He's 6'5", 220 from John Hopkins. Number 24, Peter Ditka. From British Columbia, an 8-year vet goalie, your favorite Wing, All-Pro, All-World, All-Everything, number 35, Dallas Elliott. A new star on the Wings horizon. He scored 3 goals last week against the Saints. A rookie forward from Penn State in Morton, Pennsylvania. He's 5'6", 155, number 44, Mike Busta. A 5-year vet from Syracuse. This Wing scored more points last season than any player on the current roster. He leads the scoring this season. Number 42, Tommy Hollywood Marichette. That's a 5-year vet from Radford. He's 6 foot, 195. The Wings, all-time penalty minutes leader. He's loud. He's crazy. He's number 44. Steve Gillis. Everyone knows Philadelphia has many sports legends, including famous Eagle linebacker Bill Berkey. Tonight, we want you to meet a Wings legend in the making. A rookie from South Jersey State, 6 foot, 205, number 66, Jim Berkey. A second-year forward from Virginia and Rosemont, Pennsylvania, 6 foot 1, 190. How about a hand for number 91, Greg Trainer? And finally, a second-year vet, Wings assistant captain and member of Team USA, scored 20 goals in Buffalo, 6'2", 165 from Hobart, number 99, Billy Miller. The pilots for flight 1998 this year, head coach Tony Rest, co-pilots with 2 Wings vets, Gary Mark and John Hudson. Trainers Milsey, equipment Mark Rockman, coaching assistant Peter Tyson, the doctors, Dr. Larry Miller, Dr. David Rubenstein. On behalf of the Wings player staff, owner Russ Klein, and the Core State Center, welcome aboard.
A rousing way to welcome this crowd to the Core State Center. Lee Velsma, Larry Rosen set for National Lacrosse League action. Largest cheer, as you would expect, for Dallas Elliott. Largest boo, as you would expect, for Gary Gait making his return. Behind the bench for Philadelphia, longtime defenseman Tony Resch, who knows he's got the best keeper in the league and will build out from there. On the opposite bench, a Philadelphia legend who has gone south to Baltimore as well. His name is John Tucker. Tucker was a teammate of Tony Resch in Philadelphia in 1991 and 92 and has won everything at every level.
And you see John Tucker talking to Dennis Towns, the new owner, to his right, to our right, his left. That's John Tucker. And Larry, he was a star here. All these Wings fans remember when John Tucker led the league in a lot of offensive categories. He was a Wings star. Of course, a lot of championships or championship teams breed coaches, breed great players. He went on to be a good coach now for the Baltimore Thunder.
In the net tonight for Philadelphia, Dallas Elliott, the goaltender out of Vancouver, British Columbia, 5-time All-Pro. Extremely popular, has made over 2,000 lifetime saves in indoor lacrosse action.
And Larry, he is pushed now because Piazza is playing a fantastic game in the net, so Elliott wants to play well. Collins came in last year, his second year for Baltimore. He has made the team from Baltimore legit. He's a tough Canadian goal minder. He's not going to make it easy for the Philadelphia Wings. They're going to have to beat a very tough goalie.
He is out of Peterborough. It seems like most of the keepers still come out of the box game from north of the border. How do the teams line up?
Well, you take a look at the goals against. It's a little bit misleading because the Thunder only played one game against a team that didn't play defense, so their goals for are real high. But look at the Wings. They played 2 games. Their goals for are 1 better than last year. Goals against 1 better than last year. They really are playing a really team-oriented game, doing a great job. They will get contributions from all over the field. Gary Gait, of course, the guy you've got to stop or at least slow down.
Over the years, they've met 23 times, and Philadelphia has dominated, especially in recent days.
I don't think the Baltimore Thunder has beaten the Wings here since 1991. It's been a long time. Although, last year, when Philly still had Gary Gait, Baltimore beat Philly in Baltimore. This is a team, the Baltimore Thunder, who scored 23 goals, as we showed you, that comes into this game with a lot of confidence. It's a new team. They really haven't been tested again because Syracuse did not play good defense. Philadelphia will.
And here we go. Philadelphia working to our left in the silver and black trimmed in the bright orange. And they change right off the go.
Surprise to me, Larry, that Gabrielson, the captain, took the opening faceoff. Jacobs, the 6'5" second-year player, usually does that. He usually dominates.
That's Rogers. He peppers the goalkeeper with an easy one. It comes right back, and a near throwaway is picked up by Steve Govett, the all-time penalty minutes leader in the history of this franchise. It works in front to Kevin Finneran and back easily for Derek Collins. The quick counterattack, a key weapon A good hit by Paul Denikin for Philadelphia.
Now Martino was off and running, and Baltimore will try to extend the field. They want to run. They feel that they have a team that's as athletically superior or as sharp as anybody in the league. Look at how fast they got downfield. It was Denikin not letting Martino, his number's sake, 3-on-3, get the ball.
That's Bobby Martino, who's as fast as they come in front, and that is just too easy for Gary Gait. The three-time MVP who had 12 points in the season opener just walked in on Dallas and undressed him.
He did the same thing last week. Now, that is within a minute of the game. He did the same thing against the Smash. Watch him lock up. You got to keep him out of the middle. Watch him push in. He got the great pick with Panos. Once he gets into the middle, you can't stop him. Watch the pick. Pick comes up. Panos takes Volker off there, and then Marichek can't make the slide. It was the pick for Panos that gave the middle of the field to Gary Gait.
Now, you're supposed to be calling out pick, let him know it's here, or that should be an automatic switch?
They know that's coming. The matchup was bad. You don't want Tommy Marichek playing defense in there. You want better help for Volker.
Volker got picked cleanly. There, an excellent opportunity down below is for Baltimore to go up by 2 as they seize the early momentum.
Well, the keys to this game are pretty easy to identify. You've got to shut down Gait, at least control him. He's already got one. If you keep him 4 or less, that'll be good. 8+ scores for Philadelphia. That's what they need. They've got to protect Elliott. They did not protect him on that first goal. As you notice, keep the scorers or the shooters out of the middle of the field.
That's Tom Ryan working to the left of Elliott. Has a little bit of room. Tosses it to no one in particular. It's broken back free. Baltimore maintains possession. 90 seconds in.
Larry, that was Wings defense. You saw how they kept them out of the middle. Here comes Clodson.
Hits that into the midsection of Elliott where he eats it up.
But Gait especially is the guy you cannot let have the middle of the field.
Oglesby ahead. And a good takedown by Kim Folks.
Folks has tremendous speed out of Maryland. A good shot. He's got 3 goals last week. He's got tremendous speed. Look at him close the gap on that fast break. Kip Folks, nobody faster in this league.
Paul O'Grady wound up on his back. Philadelphia will possess. And what's Tony like to do on these restarts?
Well, they're going to try to work the ball deep, I think, and get the... Oh, now they've got a power play. It's 5-on-4, so it'll be a penalty against Baltimore. This is their first power play goal. Looks like they'll start in a diamond D here. Marichek keys from up top.
The open area is in the middle. Shot down low, saved easily. And no rebound for Philadelphia as they will change on the go. Greg Traynor had the shot. Long, short-handed run, and the splits and the save by Elliott. And the rebound is taken off by O'Grady. Philadelphia will look to counter. A lot of quick, short shifting early. I guess with the momentum, get everybody a breather out there.
And Larry, you notice that Baltimore not really shy about pushing the tempo. They were a man short. They went right to the cooker. They want to run this team. They feel they are athletically superior, as I mentioned, to anybody.
Marichek fires it off Collins' shoulder. Had a good look from a good spot top of the slot. And Philadelphia will be in possession.
Collins, a big load in there. Look at that. Look at those shoulder pads packed up. Resch, one of the coaching staff of the head coach, of course, an ex-player for the Wings. 3 ex-players in the coaching staff.
Marichek protects well. Pass and score on the bouncer. That's Traynor as he went 5-hole. Greg Traynor, the 2-time All-American from Virginia, who began his lacrosse career at Conestoga High School, picks a good spot.
Watch how the defense comes off him. Look, he's wide open. He takes one step in, goes high to low, and then it will just bobble between the old legs. You talked about the 5-hole. Perfect call. Watch it goes back. No defender there. One step in, high to low, and he just gets enough on it that it dribbles in there through the wickets and comes home with the first goal. That is one of the basic ways to beat these big goalies against a small target. Start the stick high, come down low underneath the stick.
So it's 1-1 early. Baltimore attacking quickly. Take Elliott and the net off its moorings. That is 3 goals now for Traynor, the first-round draft pick in 1997. He is paying some good early dividends.
One of those young guys that has stepped up to fill the void. You know, Gary Gait scored so many goals, but he also took about 170 shots. That means a lot of shots left for some guys who never had time to shoot.
Philadelphia attacking once more. Again, the middle area open as they try to screen and roll. Now from behind out front, its save is made by Collins on the good look.
Larry, that was an excellent play because they work the ball deep behind. That means the defense has to turn. They have to go 180 degrees. Then they push it back out front. Very tough to defend.
Chris Panos comes down and tries it on his own. Can't come up with it. And Mike Buza, who had himself a hat trick, the second rounder from Penn State, brings it back out for Chris Bates. Bates, good cut. Bates put down.
He's playing against Kip Falks on the defensive end, and Kip Falks is a man. I'm telling you, he's in great shape, great speed I talked about, but he is tough physically.
He's the Maryland All-American. Ball is broken free. Trader tries to pick up, cracking back for Philadelphia Booza. And finally the possession comes to Chris Panos. Now it's the Thunder who change under Coach John Tucker on the go.
Gary Gait waiting for the ball. They've got to get it to him. Finally they do. Ryan took a long time getting him the ball.
Gait tries to come to the middle, ridden hard, and the shot, Elliott goes down. As Gait winds up flat on his face, as he was ridden down by Matt Oglesby.
Well, and that's exactly what he did. He rode him down, and he got 2 minutes for that ride. They were not going to give him an easy shot. They'll take their chances on the man short. I don't know if that's a good idea either, but you've got to really box up on him. You've got to get your stick, your cross-check. Watch how he didn't get his cross-check. Oglesby's behind him, and it was Elliott making the acrobatic save, and that is his trademark, Larry. He is acrobatic. He throws his arms out, and he really makes every save look like it's the greatest save in the world.
So Oglesby will go into the penalty box. Philadelphia shows a little box defensive set for the man-down situation. Gait is in the danger spot, high slot, has it. Takes it. Feeds wing. In front. Shot over the top by Panos. Well conceived. Gait again. Looking for a passer. Broken free by Philadelphia. It's on the floor. And picked up. Or broken loose by Scotty Gabrielson. And the Philadelphia captain double team comes out with it, trying to rag some time. We played about 5 minutes period number 1. Baltimore with a lot of ground to cover and a fresh possession.
Well, Gabrielson really smelled that pass from Gait. He was the one, the crafty veteran, that picked up that pass initially. They couldn't get the ball down to their offensive end.
They are not trying to screen Elliott. No traffic in front, at least not yet. They do screen for Gait. Gait is ridden hard, still has possession and scores. What a goal by Gary Gait, who shook Bill Miller off like a fly. And the shovel shot made it 2-1 Baltimore.
And Larry, this is what makes Gary Gait so fantastic. He has shots that you don't expect. You never know when he's going to release the ball. His release point is unpredictable, and they're calling the goal off, but watch how he gets this ball off. He gets wrapped up. He has nothing to do. He just swings it around with his right arm, and the fact that you did not expect him to shoot makes that an effective shot. He's got a whole bag of those tricks, and he is tough to read.
Well, they do call the penalty on Bill Miller for holding on Gait in advance of Gait getting the shot. So in this case, the shot went in, but will not go up on the board, even though they maintain possession. So, 5-on-3. And that is dangerous for Elliott. What's your basic strategy 5-on-3?
Well, it's really tough. As a matter of fact, some teams, because of the geometry of it, take one guy out and go 4-on-3. They want the geometry to show the open man easier. Sometimes you get confused trying to do the 5-on-3. That was not a great shot. Obviously, it bounces into the crowd. Now Philadelphia wants to eat up 30 seconds.
It's Finneran trying to do it by himself. Scores! Finneran might have been screened in front on Collins over the top left shoulder of the goalkeeper. And a shorthanded goal for Kevin Finneran. Philadelphia takes the lead.
I can't tell you how huge that is. Don't forget they just took one of Gary Gait's goals out of the net. Now you're 2 men short. Not one, but 2. He comes in and just rips left-handed shot inside the pipe. Beautiful location. It's all location. He has about 1 inch to shoot at, and he pegs it. Great shot by Finneran, who normally, Larry, shoots underhand. He normally goes low, and I think Collins was looking for the low shot. He ripped it to the shoulder high.
Not sure if Collins ever saw it, but a huge goal. Again, Philadelphia still 2 men down, but have taken a 2-1 lead. Kevin Finneran, out of Long Island, has now scored goals in 18 of his last 20 National Lacrosse League contests, his 3rd of this young season. We have a timeout down on the floor.
Home check doesn't work. Step to the
Here's Tony Resch.
Make him roll back. Okay, we're letting him parade down and playing catch up. Okay? Get to the stick side, make him roll. Okay? We're fine. Gotta get up to the
We've got a guy beat, we'll go and help. Don't worry about holding him.
Patience offensively, all right? We're gonna make him play.
Larry, the whole conversation was about Gary Gait. You saw on both of his shots so far. He's getting inside. They're playing his body. You've got to play the stick side. He's a left-hander. He's all left. They've got to really line up on the stick side and make him roll away from the cylinder. Make him go to the right-handed shooter side. He's had his way so far. Resch wants him to better balance on his stick side.
The brief delay was so the officials could double-check the time clock on that first penalty to Oglesby. Still a 5-on-3. There will be a face-off.
Well, you see Gait here waiting and directing the offense, but it'll be Jacobs, 6'5", facing off. He has been as dominant as anybody in this league, but don't forget, he is one of only 3 guys playing defense against 5.
He is the league's tallest player.
Technical infraction against Baltimore, and Philly gets the ball. So a great move there, and they get 30 seconds, hopefully, off the clock.
1:18 and counting on that first penalty. Still 2-1.
Trainer just using his speed there. He's just kind of going to the race.
Finding an open man is not easy. That's Jimmy Rogers who will rag behind the net. Rogers has basically nowhere to go, so he absorbs significant punishment.
And Maricek comes up with it.
Excellent. Looking for the shooter in the spot, Rogers.
Well, now it'll be a backcourt violation or a shot clock violation, one of the two, and the ball nevertheless goes over to the Baltimore Thunder.
Shots are even at 6. Collins likes to lead the offense out. And he does. Again, Philadelphia locks it in. 5-on-3. Gait fake shoots on the floor and covered by the keeper.
But you got to really credit Gabrielson again. Gabrielson has taken a tremendous pass from Gait, and he swallowed up that shot. Gabrielson can read him beautifully. He's a 10-year veteran. We're going to talk to him at halftime. He really has made 2 sensational plays on man down.
Philadelphia down by just 1 man now with 25 seconds remaining on the Miller penalty. And a 2-1 Philadelphia advantage midway through period number 1. Looking for more shorthanded. Finneran spinning. Finneran protecting. Great footwork in front. Looking for a man who was double covered. And a tough pass for Maricek to handle. A whistle. And we'll come back this way. Shot clock violation, Philadelphia.
Tough call. It's Kip Fulks getting a penalty, Larry. Kip Fulks infraction. Now, don't forget, this team from Baltimore was 2 men up. They took away the Gary Gait goal. It would have given them a 2-1 lead. Then Finneran scores to make it a 2-1 lead for Philly. Now they've got a penalty against Baltimore. With the 1 penalty up, it's a 4-on-4 game as we look at John Tucker, the ex-star of the Philadelphia Wings, the head coach of the Thunder, really liking this year because he's got that 5-goal-a-game score potentially in Gary Gait.
They're 4 aside for 3 seconds, 2 seconds, now 1 second, and Miller comes out and heads for the Philadelphia player bench, and Philadelphia will go to their man advantage look.
What a change in fortunes here. Now they are up by 1. Moments ago, down by 2.
The cutter in front and a nice save. That was for Maricek at full speed. Coming right at the keeper. Philadelphia maintains possession. That's trainer to Maricek.
Collins just got his shoulder on Larry. Great move.
In front. Quick little shot in front from Denikin. It's handled by Collins. And shorthanded Baltimore looks to counterattack.
So they really pushed away 2 men up advantage. Here's Gary Gait looking for a pick.
Directing traffic. Philadelphia crowd responding since Philadelphia's got a man advantage. The double team, and he beats it and scores.
Well, that's why Denny Townsend tried so hard to acquire Gary Gait. He's got the 2 goals for the Baltimore Thunder. Dallas Elliott looking to try to figure out how to get defensive help against this great player.
So Gary Gait has scored a pair. 7:06 remaining, period number 1. We're tied at 2 apiece.
Hey, buddy.
I'll trade you my scarf for that last Bud Light. Come on. But the hat? That's fair. What more could you possibly want, huh? Oh. You got a raw deal.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
I never said it was the last one.
Make it a Bud Light.
Did someone say Wings? Tickets for the Wings' next game against the Buffalo Bandits are on sale now. Wings fans, get ready for more scoring.
Bring it on.
More hitting.
Bring it on.
More action. More excitement than ever before. The Wings take on the Buffalo Bandits Saturday night, February 7th, 7:30 at the Core State Center. Tickets start at just $13, available at the box office and Ticketmaster. Get ready to take off. Bud Light presents the high-flying Philadelphia Wings. Get on board.
It's coming to Philadelphia for its only East Coast appearance.
It's the award-winning International Championship Rodeo.
Featuring 6 exciting contest events, plus camel racing,
wild and wacky ostrich racing,
dancing horses, daring comedy bullfighters,
plus the Western harmonies of the Sons of Tennessee.
You've seen it on TV. Now see it live. Don't miss all the thrills, chills, and spills January 30th through February 1st at the Core State Spectrum.
Join the fun. Get tickets now
at the Core State Spectrum and Ticketmaster.
Or charge by phone.
Hey, Wings fans, don't miss a moment of live action. 5-game mini-season plans now available starting as low as $60. Call 215-389-9464 for more information. Operators are standing by. Play on, tied at 2, and we have seen the best of the best player to play indoor. Gary Gait straight up double team last time around and beat it cleanly, so it's a 2-2 contest.
You know, Larry, there's a little bit of a matchup problem in Philadelphia. Their best defenseman is Volker and Miller, and they're both left-handers. Gary Gait's a left-hander. You'd like to have a right-hander against the left-hander, and that's a little bit of a problem. They haven't been totally effective so far against the big lefty.
Philadelphia still man advantage 40 seconds. Danikin high over the top. Long rebound comes back out to Chris Bates. Bates crosses, back, shot, save. Well-conceived play. Trainer, his shot was eaten up by Derek Collins as the penalty clock runs down to 22 seconds.
Collins had it read all the way. He's reading Collins for that low shot, and he was waiting for it before it released from the stick. Here's Gait again, setting up on the left, Larry. Same old stuff, looking for a pick help.
And with the man down, there are 2 Wings defenders trying to shade him as he will cut right, take it in front, tap pass, Rose free. Well conceived. The penalty's about to expire, but Philadelphia 3-on-2 run out. A trailer is waiting for Oglesby. Recovers, shot, that caught some pipe.
Right off the iron net with half an inch from being the 3rd goal of the game for the Wings.
Teams are back at even strength. And here comes Oglesby. The All-American from Duke gives it up.
He did a nice job in that too, Larry, because when he got the drop back pass from Booza, he took a step back to give himself a better angle and just missed hitting rope.
Action is heating up in front of Collins as Philadelphia trying to set up some screens. Good cut in front by Jake Berge. Just a quick jab step to get his shot off. The son of Bill Berge making his Core State Center debut. He was the subject of a number of interview requests prior to the game. And was he taking a load of abuse from his teammates as the rookie was getting a lot of ink. Shot, handled, low for Elliott.
Tim Fulks gets away with that in the field game. He's a great field player from Maryland. You talked about his All-American status. He's got tremendous speed with a great outside shot. In this game, the indoor game, that is an easy save for Elliott.
So here's Philadelphia again. Oglesby working the left wing. Oglesby looking for a screen and gets it. Cuts left. Oglesby with half a stride. Pulls back up as he's taking some serious abuse. Shot out front from Scott Gabrielson is relatively easy for Collins, who sends the bounce pass up on his own. Good outlet. Andy Ross, the youngster from the Naval Academy, brings it back free. And with 4:24 and counting period number 1, a 2-2 contest. Here comes Baltimore. Baltimore really has yet to show a whole lot of offensive cohesion outside of the individual effort of Gait.
Well, he's been the story so far, and that can be confusing to a team. You get a guy that great, you don't know whether you're in his way, you're out of his way, do you pick for him, do you not pick for him, where is he? I think Philadelphia has almost benefited in many ways from now going to the total team concept.
That certainly was the message from the coach at practice. The shot from Finneran low and wide. And back will come Baltimore. Philadelphia has shown good floor balance. The first real good run out. In front it comes, and the shot bounced away from Andy Ross as he tried a little flick backhand.
This is Tony Millen, and that was Doug Knight that started that last play.
And that goes over the top off a Philadelphia foot off the leg of Jimmy Rogers. But they have given possession to Baltimore.
Nostrand and Resch on the sideline for Philadelphia.
along with Gary Martin, the members of Tony's staff. Panos for Baltimore turns his shoulder in.
Well, in the first game, this was a great combination. Panos, the lefty, acquired from Boston, and Gait, 22. Both lefties are going to have simultaneous penalties on each one of each team members, so it'll still be 5-on-5 for these teams. But watch this team on the left-hand side. Oh, this is where the penalty happened on the far side. This is off the ball. Gabrielson, no, it's Govett.
Govett, yeah.
Govett, the all-time leader in penalty minutes, the manimal, just really enforcing things off the ball, making the game stay with Gary Gait.
So the teams will both be a man down.
Actually, they'll go back to full strength, Larry. One of the things they've done over the years is take away that shorthanded play. If you've got simultaneous penalties, you play at full strength, but those two guys sit.
Coincidental minors for roughing Paul Cantabani and Steve Govett. Gait loses possession, has to chase it down. For the basketball fans among us, it's kind of like a two-man game that they play with Gait on the left side, giving Panos as a cutter and a screener. That time, Elliott, the save, and the rebound comes free to Peter Jacobs.
And that matchup is amazing. Billy Miller at 165 against Gary Gait, 6'2", 220.
Shot, score! On the bounce. A 3-on-2 for Philadelphia, and the goal for Paul O'Grady out of Upper Darby, Pennsylvania. And Villanova University gets goal number 2 at the 2:56 mark, period number 1. That's a classic 3-on-2.
And he pulls it up the left hand. Again, they go low on Collins. They've been doing it, but look how quick that release was. He really let it go. Stayed away from the 5-hole, which was nice. Here's a great look at the fast break. Watch him to our side. He bounces it down. Nice, sharp release. And Collins has been, really looks like the book for Philly is to go low. Stick high, go low. 3 goals. Philadelphia has to feel very confident. Coming in 2-0. Really staving off a 2-man down penalty and now having a 1-goal lead in the first quarter. Great team play from this team. Resch doing a tremendous job.
Resch is not sure what the call is on the floor, as Philadelphia is apparently sending out the man in the penalty box.
No, I think Resch is asking, wasn't the penalty released on the goal? And Gabrielson, the captain, goes over to get a clearing, a decision from the referee, Mike Ventura, Ace Ventura, the head referee tonight, and evidently both of those guys will stay in the box for the full 2 minutes.
What an incredible practice Resch ran Wednesday night over in South Jersey as the team got together, and there is a lot of emotion playing into this matchup between Baltimore and Philadelphia.
Well, they've practiced twice, 2 scrimmages against each other, Larry, so this is really the 3rd time they've gone at it.
Jeff Clodsden looking for a cutter. Elliott goes down off his elbow. Bodies are flying, and the rebound belongs to Philadelphia.
I wish our fans could have been in the locker room, Larry. This guy, Dallas Elliott, the All-Pro, really ready to play tonight. The big showing by Piazza has him wanting his best game ever. 2 reasons. Piazza's showing last week, and going against the best, Gary Gait. He wants this game bad.
Philadelphia 3-2 lead, late period number 1. That shot broken down, and we've got an uncontested length of the floor breakaway. Shot, save, Elliott. As Jeff Shearer went 3/4 of the court uncontested with the loose ball.
Yeah, Shearer from Loyola. Not really getting it together yet, finishing in this indoor league. It's a small target, folks. 4 feet high, 4.5 across. Elliott waits for the release and makes another nice stop.
He really did hold his ground nicely. Made the shooter commit. Maricek has room, lines it up, steps in, shot. Save Collins. Lovely move.
Great move from Maricek. And you know what he has? He has a great behind-the-shoulder shot that's really going to pay better dividends right there.
He tries it, and it goes off the upper right shoulder. Good call, Leaf, as you were right on that one.
And if that one was a little bit to the left, that was all rope.
That just caught the shoulder of Collins right under the pipe. Good action in the home opener for the Philadelphia Wings.
And that series was much better, Larry. That was the first time they got in the face of Collins. They've been working the perimeter. Now they're breaking that defense down.
A lot of pushing off the ball, trying to keep the area clear for Elliott. Score! Simply a one-on-one move by Andy Ross. And this 3rd line for the Thunder is connected to tie it at 3.
Elliott arguing that there was somebody in the crease or some kind of infraction. He cannot stop from making a case to Mike Ventura. But Ross had a full run against Finneran. Finneran doesn't get set. Ross sets and just fires it hard. Look at the man in the crease. He had a great call. This is a good call by the goalie. Look at the goalie. That is an infraction. Millen was right at his feet. That is an infraction. That goal should not have counted. Elliott was absolutely right.
Well, last minute of play, period number 1. We are even as we started, 3-3. Shots on goal of 14 apiece.
Man, he had a great case there. Larry, that was horrible.
Meantime, Ross again, this time ridden down as he gets his pass off. Right wing the screen, and they roll through it. It's broken free.
Booza just knocked down the stick of Ross, gets it himself.
And here they come. Just wide.
Booza's only 5'6", Larry, from Penn State. Great hustler, good ground ball guy, just like that last play.
And he's a Baltimore native, so this is a big one for him as he sets up behind with 15 seconds and counting. Shot into the midsection from Trainer, easily handled by Collins. And maybe one quick counter strike. It's over the shoulder on the long one, and Elliott comes all the way out with 3, 2, 1. And period number 1 is in the books. A potentially tainted goal by the Thunder of Baltimore has tied our contest at 3. Elliott and the Wings 3. The Thunder also 3. And there you see the tying goal. Back with second period action in just a moment from the Core State Center.
Did someone say Wings? Tickets for the Wings' next game against the Buffalo Bandits are on sale now. Wings fans, get ready for more scoring. Bring it on. More hitting. Bring it on. More action. More excitement than ever before. The Wings take on the Buffalo Bandits Saturday night, February 7th, 7:30 at the Core State Center. Tickets start at just $13. Available at the box office and Ticketmaster. Get ready to take off. Bud Light presents the high-flying Philadelphia Wings. Get on board.
Hey everybody, now you can have more winter fun with the patented snowballer.
If you don't get a snowballer, you'll be left in the cold.
Whether you're a kid of 3 or 93 and love snowball fights, you gotta have a snowballer. Imagine making a snowball a second, one that's safer for kids because they burst harmlessly on contact. Call now to order your set of snowballers. Join the thousands of families who are having the winter time of their lives.
You gotta have a snowballer!
Jewelry is timeless. It marks the important moments of our lives. Its glow reflects our promises and our triumphs, our celebrations, and our legacies. At Kaplan's, we understand just how precious jewelry can be.
Hey, Wings fans, don't miss a moment of the live action. 5-game mini-season plans now available starting as low as $60. Call 215-389-9464 for more information. Operators are standing by. We are set to start period number 2 from the Core State Center, all tied up at 3 apiece. There's a very proud Papa in the building, and he's visiting with our own Joe Stazak. Joe?
Okay, thank you very much, Larry. Well, he was one of the fiercest linebackers, maybe the fiercest player to ever don Eagle Green. He's with me right now, number 66, Bill Berge. And, Bill, there's another 66 on the field, has a special meaning for you. Tell me how proud you are of your son.
You know, Joe, I'm really proud, and forget the Pro Bowls, forget the Super Bowls. When you have your own flesh and blood down there, that's what's really exciting. And I've got such an adrenaline flow right now. It's incredible. Got a great game going, 3-3. The crowd is into it, and I don't know where I'd rather be.
He obviously gets his number from you. Does he get his toughness and his competitive desire from you? Is that something that runs in the family?
I think he gets his toughness from his mom, but I'm proud of him, and he's got to keep playing hard because he's playing against the world's best lacrosse players down here.
Is this any comparison at all, an atmosphere like this, to the days of Sunday afternoons you played on the gridiron?
Oh, you betcha. I mean, this is action-packed. It goes back and forth. It's really thrilling, and it just doesn't get much better.
Bill, pleasure talking to you. Good seeing you again. Good luck. Let's go back upstairs, you guys.
All right, thanks very much. Jake Berge, of course, could have been a top college football player. Came out of Tatnall High School in Philadelphia, where he was a great football player and lacrosse player, but chose early on to make lacrosse his athletic future.
Well, he was an All-American in high school. He was an All-American his sophomore, junior, senior year at Salisbury. He scored 5 goals as a freshman in their championship game. This guy did it all at Salisbury. You're right. He's got the stature to be a pretty good football player. 6 feet, about 210. Excellent strength, and he's going north-south. When he is, Larry, tough to handle.
And he's on the floor right now as action begins period number 2. And a Berge goal would bring down the house. Berge commits the infraction. So a Baltimore possession tied at 3 as Gary Gait had a pair of goals for Baltimore in that first period. A well-played first period. Berge sweeps up behind his keeper and starts his long run. What would be the key elements in terms of transitioning to the indoor game, Lee?
The key element's very simple, Larry. It's the box. Everybody learned from the Canadians. If you get to the box on transition, you got a guy squirting out 10 yards in front of you, and that is the key to the fast break in this game.
Hesitation, stutter shot by Kevin Finner, and rebound fired wide. Again, Philadelphia, where Steve Govett gets to that rebound and has a fresh possession. Screen, good switch. Govett looking, shot over the top. As the shot clock was about to expire, he went over the top. They'll wind the clock and give it to Paul Kentabeni.
Well, there's Tony Resch. Govett, we just saw take a shot. He's a defensive specialist, a guy who gets a lot of penalty minutes. But at Radnor, not too far from here, he's the all-time leading scorer. This guy can fill up the net. 118 goals in his collegiate career. He's one this year that may step up, fill the void of the 40 goals that went to Baltimore.
In the person of Gary Gait. Good helping defense by Philadelphia as they cut off Kip Folks and bang him back out front. Shot. He tried to time it for a screen through O'Grady, but never reached the net, so the shot clock continues to wind down and an over and back violation.
And again, when you get close to that box, it's dangerous because that's where the transition that you just talked about a moment ago happens. You can lose possession and get that fast break looking right in the face of your goalie in just seconds.
Philadelphia changing on the go. Volker trying to screen. And down to the floor goes Bill Miller. And Baltimore returns. But Philadelphia's done a very good job getting back defensively, except for the one breakaway opportunity. And there Elliott goes down and holds his ground.
That's Billy Miller getting rocked. This is a guy who really gives it all. He was an All-American in Hobart 4 times, twice Player of the Year. Offensive star on his second U.S. national team this year, Larry. On this team, he's one of their best defensemen. What kind of an athlete can you get there? He's playing Gary Gait. He's 165 pounds when he's soaking wet.
Shot over the top, easily handled by Philadelphia. Berge checking behind and is called for the push foul. Still trying to get a sense of how the referees are going to call it, the protocol on the floor for this contest. Here's the infraction.
Well, boarding is one of the toughest calls, or one of the more protected calls. The referees, through the Players Union, do not want a lot of people getting hit into the boards.
Centering pass from Andy Ross rolls all the way through to that far right wing. Again, Baltimore in possession, ducking under as a glove or something has come loose. That's a shoe that's loose.
Yeah, Millen ran right out of his shoe. He took a duck move. Tony Millen, who played on the 94 national team, ran right out of his shoe against Jacobs.
And the foul was called on Berge as he pushed Tillman from behind. So possession for Baltimore at the 12:26 mark. Scoreless second period, tied at 3. The feeling out process certainly complete as Baltimore under coach John Tucker changes on the go.
Less than 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Right now, just a one-on-one move, as you see, from Martino.
He's a diver. When he gets close to that crease, watch out, Larry, because he will launch himself.
Alone in front, Elliott, a tremendous save as Andy Ross found a way to get right on the doorstep, uncontested. And Elliott looked to his weak side and made the play.
I think that was Timmy Horms, 23. It's tough for the numbers. Our fans should know, but that was 21, Timmy Horms from Washington. 23 is Ross. It's hard to see, folks, but Horms, like Martino, is a diving player from Washington College, and that was a great save by Elliott.
Now for Philadelphia, Greg Traynor plays give and go in front. The ball is broken loose. Traynor goes low again, recovers, tries a tough pass that Gabrielson can't handle. He was in a good shooting spot.
He was. Gabrielson was flat-footed, not ready to shoot. That was a great feed.
Traynor lays it back out front for Chris Bates. Bates, stutter step, dips his shoulder, tries to turn it to the middle, turning, being worked over by Martino, and it comes to Collins. As the action picks up in front between Martino and Bates. Long pass is brilliant, and a shot, and will they credit the goal?
I don't know. It looked like they waved it off for a crease violation. Let's see.
The red light is on, but it is no goal.
I think it was early on the field, and he'll go to the box. Ryan got onto the field too early. They've changed the substitution rule as we look at Ace Ventura. He's out of the box too early. He's standing there, and the guy leaving the field wasn't there yet, Larry, and that's 2 minutes in the box. I think it might have been in the crease anyway. These days, on this year, you've got to be in that substitution box before he can release. Look how early he released. And then he's one-on-one with Dallas Elliott. That was a clean shot, but the penalty had been called before he took it.
So Ryan will go into the penalty box. John Tucker not particularly thrilled, saying good ball to his keeper that had the long one. You see the dreadlocks on Tom Ryan, who came from the Boston Blazers. He said he's been growing those dreadlocks for a full 7 years because he wanted to stand out. And he certainly does.
They are his trademark.
They run. Denikin does Philadelphia down the seam. Can't get it to him. And 4 minutes into the score of the second period, Baltimore comes right back. Andy Ross.
Well, that play was picture perfect. They ran it to perfection. Denikin, for some reason, just didn't handle it cleanly. He got it where he wanted it. He needs to redirect that quickly past Collins.
126 and counting on the penalty as Baltimore simply ragging.
Watch out, Gary Gait with the ball. He can be trouble.
He works over Marichek, shot wide. Long rebound comes out to Philadelphia, and Jimmy Rogers. Rogers flying, stops, look, score! That's Marichek.
What Rogers set it up, you were right on that. Rogers gave it up to Marichek, and I'll tell you what, I'll take him on the end of a fast break any day. Philadelphia gets another lead in this game. Marichek comes down, he can go either way over his shoulder. Fake, 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 and just buries it to the right side.
And again, they're going low.
Watch how he freezes Collins. He just puts a stick high, freezes, and then when he sees his target, just hammers it down. This will be just what he's looking at. What a great angle. Take a look how he freezes the goalie and then just buries it down low.
Marichek out of Kitchener, Ontario, was the 1989 Rookie of the Year in this league, and an All-Pro a couple of times. Philadelphia 4-3 lead as they look for more. Marichek won NCAA championships a couple of times in Syracuse. Has excellent pedigree, and we've got a whistle and a Philadelphia penalty coming up. Ryan got hammered by Miller as he came out of the box, and that swipe got him the whistle.
Well, maybe the fall helped too. It's a tough game. Volker actually going to the box, so Miller didn't get the call. It must have been another play with Volker getting the 2-minute penalty. The 4-3 Wings lead. And the last two goals, as we look at Tony Resch, Johnny Nostrand, right behind him, two ex-Wings players. The system is in place for this team. But the last two goals have both been on fast breaks, Larry, for the Philadelphia Wings.
Philadelphia in their box. Oh, diving across is Elliott to try to cover that weak side. They're trying to pull the net back onto its location.
Tough break. Gabrielson lost control of it. And that's a trick Elliott uses all the time. He will really kind of shove that goal all over the place. Then if he makes the save, he gets a break from the referee, a moment to reset that pipe.
It's a not automatic stoppage.
Well, it can be a penalty because we have great tape over the years of Elliott dragging the goal to the side. Don't get me wrong. He is the best of the best, but he uses every trick he can.
Whatever it takes. Alone down low, and it's sent across the crease by Matt Shearer, an intercepted Philadelphia possession.
I'm going to chalk that up to Scott Gabrielson again. He has been sensational on a man down. The 10-year veteran can really sniff out the passes. We'll talk to him at halftime, but he is the best.
Great through ball shot, the save, as they found O'Grady streaking down the right side. With 1:09 remaining on the penalty, Philadelphia maintains possession. Finneran. 1-on-1. Looking for a cutter. Marichek. Again, they don't double out that high. Finneran has room as he ducks under. Through the screen, it's wide. He found just a little baby seam, and it was enough to get a good opportunity. Denikin's shot to beat the shot clock.
Nice shot by Denikin. Doug Knight playing tough defense, number 18. And Steve Govett talking to the referee. He's going to get a call. Govett's going to go to the box. Can't believe it.
That was certainly well off the play.
Joined
Philadelphia be 2 men down for 43 seconds.
Larry, I don't think they can stave off another 5-on-3. Here's Denikin just firing it in, but off the ball, way up top of the field as you look at Collins. That was a nice play by Denikin, killing the shot clock, but really testing Collins along the way. But up along the boards, Govett was getting into trouble, and now he's really putting some pressure on his defense.
So that's the second penalty for Govett, the roughing, as Baltimore takes a timeout for head coach John Tucker. Remember, last time around in the 5-on-3, his club was not able to capitalize, and Tucker wants to make sure he knows what's going on.
There's Ace Ventura, the head ref. Mike Ventura.
Again, by our clock, 43 seconds remain on the first minor. And a 2-minute roughing minor to Steve Govett behind it would leave it at a 5-on-3. The full officiating crew.
Yeah, Timmy Murray, Franz Wittelsberger.
Hans and Franz. They're pounding. Mike is pounding on the glass in front of the off-the-field officials. And he wants an answer, and he wants it now. And there he says, thank you very much.
You know, I don't want to correct our CG people. I'm sure they're probably right. Maybe his cousin was Franz, but the Wittelsbergers are a great name in the game of lacrosse.
Well, here we go.
This is a tough order. 5-on-3 for the second time.
Baltimore with 2 guys low, and they bring the 4th guy, fifth guy all the way outside.
They're using the geometry, as I mentioned before, Larry. They're going to a 4-on-3 just so it's less confusing.
Shot score. Will it work? And we've got a whistle after the goal.
And guess who? Gary Gait.
A hat trick for Gary Gait. The 7-time All-Pro had 12 points in the season opener. And his 3rd goal.
Well, it's a box 4-on-3. They took out the 5th guy because you get kind of messed up geometrically. Now it's 4-on-3, and you've got to split the top man. Gary's all by himself. Look at the back guy to your left. He's got to split him. Now he's wide open. Step, step. Just a rocket shot. Not an easy shot from that distance. Tremendous accuracy from the best shooter in the game.
So we're tied at 4.
Baltimore goal scorer by number 22, Gary Gait.
And the boos cascade from the Core State Center crowd as they announce the goal for the former wing.
Gary Gait with his 3rd goal.
Well, if you're the Thunder, you've got to be a little bit worried, though, Larry, because he has been the whole team. He's been 3 of the 4 goals, and that's going to be tough to live up to the rest of the year.
Jude Collins brings it down as Govett remains in the penalty box. And it's back to Martino. Martino looks in front. Great pass shot. Weak side save by Elliott. And a whistle.
Crease violation. Stepped in the crease. It'll go to Philadelphia.
So the hat trick for Gary Gait has tied this one. Baltimore 4, Philadelphia 4, the midway point, quarter number 2.
Let's see. It says here you're lazy, highly unmotivated. You have a problem with authority.
Yeah, I've got 2 references that proves that.
Well, the only thing I can say is, you demand! You demand!
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Technically, I can't give you a raise yet.
You're right, policy, schmolicy.
You know how you hear some words and you think you've seen them before? Investments. Right. They manage money. Serious. Then you see them again. Performance. Here. There. Not just any mutual fund. Yeah, that's it. Warburg Pincus Mutual Funds. They manage money. Right.
Warburg Pincus Family of Funds.
Did someone say Wings? Tickets for the Wings' next game against the Buffalo Bandits are on sale now. Wings fans, get ready for more scoring.
Bring it on.
More hitting.
Bring it on.
More action. More excitement than ever before. The Wings take on the Buffalo Bandits Saturday night, February 7th, 7:30 at the Core State Center. Tickets start at just $13, available at the box office and Ticketmaster. Get ready to take off. Bud Light presents the high-flying Philadelphia Wings. Get on board.
Come on out and join us for Philadelphia Wings National Lacrosse League action. 5-game mini-season plans are available starting as low as $60. Call 215-389-9464 for more information. And operators are currently standing by, so call now. A 4-4 contest midway through period number 4. Each team has scored once. in the second period.
And it started with Tommy Marichuk on a fast break. Picture perfect for him. He's got tremendous stick skills. Collins has to wait for the first make. He doesn't do it. He just hammers it home. That made it 4-3. Then Gary Gait, this is an extra man. 4-on-3 is the way they set it up. They had a 2-man advantage, and he just blistered a shot past Elliott. Good news is he's got 3 goals. The bad news is they only have 2 guys that have scored. Andy Ross had 1. You don't count on him too much. He's a rookie. And then Gary has 3 of the other 4. Not great balance. For the Philadelphia Wings, Larry, 4 different guys have scored.
And that's how we kind of expected it might go. Finneran out high as the shot clock rolls to 15 against Philadelphia. Trying to get some more movement. That's Berge. Jake Berge stutters, working along that goal line, is stripped, picks up the ground ball on his own. He goes down hard as he's hit and hit well, and that'll be a foul called. Is that Tony Millen? Yep, Tony Millen got a big piece of Jake.
Ball will go back to Philly's shot clock violation if he didn't get the push. Millen not being really aware of the time. If Millen was aware of the time, he lets that go. He gets possession anyway. But he is a workhorse, Tony Millen. Nobody in better shape than he is.
See Jake checking his belly button, make sure everything's in proper order as Philadelphia has a fresh clock. Bates brings it back out. Kevin Finneran. Finneran gets right in front as suddenly the seam opened up and the right side's party, but unable to get a shot as he tried to take it back to the middle. Philadelphia changing on the go.
He tried for the best angle. He had a good angle. He tried for the best angle, and Klodson just sealed him off.
Klodson brings it up and then gives it up as he goes off. And it's Baltimore in possession. Working to our left. Tie game. It's been nip and tuck all the way. Tim Horns. As they work the perimeter.
Gaten Panos.
That's why. Again, Gait and Panos like to work to Gait's strong side. And here comes Philadelphia. Oglesby as he got hogtied before he could get that off.
Now, that was a nice piece of defense. They came up around the neck, which can give you a 2-minute penalty. Pulled him out of his shooting arc, and they get the ball back.
Here's Baltimore. That's Ryan. Can't see his number, don't need to. Scores. Ryan finds his man in front. Is that Klodson that scored or Martino?
Martino, number 3, and this was all set up by Ryan going behind. Nice job for him. Martino goes in front, but it's Ryan behind making the defense turn around. Look at Ellie. He has to turn around, and then up front, all by himself, as the defense has their heads on a pivot. He's out front all by himself. Defensively, they were trying to help out to the right, all by himself, and Ryan found him. Martino, a big part of the offense before Gary Gait got there, gets his second goal of the year, the first tonight.
He's a 2-time All-Pro. He's been the team captain here since '94, so good to see him get off for Baltimore fans. 5-4, Baltimore taking the lead.
And that's the first time Baltimore has scored 2 goals in a row tonight.
Still a 1-goal contest. Marichuk. Finneran trying to flatten out that offense a little bit. Finneran looking for a shooting angle in front as he tries a little toss pass with the shot clock down to 5. It's brought back by Baltimore.
We saw Marichuk try to find him. Kit Fulks, watch the speed.
Fulks is extremely quick, spins his man, finds Ryan, dipping, shooting on the dive. No, that'll be a crease violation on Ryan.
Well, actually, the penalty was on Rogers, I think, Larry, before this play. They're going to give Philly a penalty. They're going to put Rogers in the box, and off that ball, off that play, before that shot, they were going to give him. It was a continuation play. He would have gotten that goal had he scored. Jimmy Rogers had fouled off the ball. Philadelphia playing very tough off the ball, and you've got to do that. Most goals in this game, of course, come off the ball. Here's Rogers chasing downfield on Kip Fulks. That's where the penalty happened right there. Kind of brings him down. Fulks gives it up to Ryan right after that, but the hand was in the air.
Martino tries the low shot back to live action as there's a penalty. That's off the pipe and into the seats. As the Thunder looks to build on this 5-4 lead.
Resch intense. I'd like to play defense against him. Tony Resch played 6 years for this Wings team. He was a defensive specialist, and the intensity shows through today.
Complaining that the substitution was made too quickly. Resch not pleased with that call as it's in possession Baltimore.
What's that for, Mike?
Mike Ventura will not give the answer. You see, John Tucker has no questions at the moment. Still man advantage. Ryan behind, looking for a cutter. Shot wide by Martino. Panos screens off. Gait can try to run it down and sweeps it back toward Philadelphia's end. But it's taken by Bill Miller.
He's got somebody up front.
A cutter. Look out in front. Shot! Oh, never got on the net. As that was Marichek alone in front. Can range it to his right. Ryan is alone. Ryan turning and spinning. Nope, they'll wave that off on the crease violation.
Hey, how about that Marichek shot, though, Larry? Marichek had 6 monster fakes, which was about 4 too many. He took himself right out of the angle, but you saw the stick skills. Tremendous job against Collins.
Philadelphia still a man down for 1:07. Baltimore counter-striking as they will now set up their half-court offense. Philadelphia plays that deep box. As the change is completed, Gait right at the top. Panos to his right. Ryan looking for Martino, who scores. And you got to keep an eye on Gait and Panos, and right down the seam comes Martino.
That's right. That's what Volker did. You look at Dallas Elliott, but Volker was on the far side. Martino just went in behind. Volker was sagging in, and Martino followed Volker. See Volker, number 6? Martino followed him in as he sagged, and he got a real quick redirect. Ryan sees him, looks away, and then hits him as he sags in behind Volker and redirects it past Elliott. Second in a row for Martino. First 2-goal lead of the game. And the Thunder now comfortable for a moment.
Lee, talk about where Volker put that pass in perfect catch-and-shoot position.
Yeah, that was just a rocket pass. Actually, Ryan bringing it up past Volker. But, you know, you've got a slim margin of error there, almost no margin of error, and he just put it right on the stick head. And then as you redirect it, Elliott has no chance to get reset. If he hits the rope, he's got it.
Teams are at even strength. 2-goal lead for the Thunder for the first time tonight. Behind his trainer for Philadelphia, looking for a shooter or a cutter, nowhere to go, so he spins, gets a pick, leaves it back out. The stutter step and shot broken down from Buza. And back comes Dan Radebau. The pass, looking back for a trailer in front. Save off the knee as Gait was set up alone in front. He's there again, and a whistle.
I tell you, the workhorse on that was actually Andy Ross, 23. Ross got in front of that whole play, and then he just came right down the field and almost finished it on the offensive end. But he was the big stud on defense that took away the play from Philly.
Timeout called by Philadelphia with 2 minutes, 49 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Thunder has outscored the Wings 3-1 here in period number 2. And let's join the huddle of head coach Tony Resch. Tony's talking to the official.
You're 30 yards away. I'm
going to take it.
Well, I'm sure Mike has heard that before from coaches. Did you catch a specific complaint, Leaf?
I don't know if it's a substitution thing or not. I didn't hear what he was actually complaining about. But you know, as you mentioned, Larry, it's not uncommon. Both benches work the refs hard. There's not a lot of things you can do from the bench. This game happens so fast. You get your matchups ahead of time. You have a game plan, and then it rolls out there. You can work the refs hard, and that's one of the biggest things you can do.
Obviously, both teams came out with a lot of emotion, a lot of intensity. That is settled. Once that emotional balloon bursts, you have to see what goes next.
One-on-one, Gary Gait coming in. Great defense by the Wings.
Still a possession for Baltimore. And they spread the floor. The area in front of Elliott wide open. Now the cutters come in front. They look for passing angles. Intercepted easily off the pass from Tim Orms. And Philadelphia looks for a 3-on-2 if they hurry. On the wing, the trailer shot just wide. Well conceived for Volker, who was the trailer but did not get it on net. And
Gary Gait double teamed and the crowd cheers.
Big hit by Oglesby. Again, bodies fly as Oglesby rides his man. It's a 2-on-2 for Baltimore. There's a third-man trailer. Martino doesn't see him. Shot it wide. Got a rebound. Read it. Hit the pipe. Martino really read his own rebound brilliantly and just missed making it 7-4. Here's Ryan. Cutter behind him as he had a man in front. They change on the fly. Martino comes out with it. Behind is Cantaveni. His shot is wide long side. with now a minute and a half remaining in half number one.
I tell you, Resch must be going nuts. This is totally unsettled. Another chance for a fast break.
Trainer looking, shot at the feet as Daniken had it. There's a breakaway the other way. This is Horns, ducking, stopping, shooting, gets at the pipe. A full-flesh pipe has been Elliott's best friend.
Actually, it was Tony Millen. Again, the numbers are hard to read. 28 was Millen coming down there. He's really a physical specimen, great shape, and just missed by hitting the iron.
The dive in front, and a whistle. The ball will belong to Baltimore. Less than a minute remaining. Period number two. Philadelphia down 6-4. Kip Fulks on that left wing. Shows his full repertoire and backs it back out. Shot way wide. Rebound comes right back to him. As the shot clock is down now to 6.
Watch out.
Has Gait double team. Looking. Shot. Wow. Just snaps it off with 1 second on the shot clock. And Elliott has the rebound at his feet.
And that last save was the feed of the game. Baltimore put it behind the back from one corner right across in front to Dougie Knight, and he almost buried it, but Elliott made a sensational save. That one won't show up in the replays or the highlight film, but that was a great save to end the first half.
And the Wings have taken a timeout. They've got one final possession and a 6-4 disadvantage. They'd love to crack it down to a one-goal deficit at halftime. You know, in earlier years, you would say, okay, we're going to run a set play and try to get Gait freed. Now it's a little bit different in that huddle. A reminder to stay with us coming up at halftime. We'll check out some of the hot stuff they've got going on here at the Core State Center with Joe Stazak as part of our coverage of Philadelphia Wings National Lacrosse League action. Then Leaf will be in conversation with the captain. You see him to the left of your screen, Scotty Gabrielson, in this his final season. As a member of the Philadelphia Wings, we'll have highlight statistics and much more coming up at halftime. Scotty Gabrielson, Leaf wants to be in your chair or my chair come this time next year. He says his future is as a lacrosse broadcaster. Welcome aboard.
Well, he won't make any money, but he can have some fun to it. Scott Gabrielson is a tremendous guy, well-spoken, true leader of that team. 10 years, he has really been the definition of this class organization.
He really runs practice in terms of getting the calisthenics going and talking to his teammates while the coaching staff can do their work. Scott Gabrielson, a real leader. Here we go. Finneran off the set play. Gets the screen from Govett. Wants to try to shovel. Gets himself loose. Shot. Score. What an individual effort by Kevin Finneran.
And that all starts with a timeout by Tony Resch. If you remember, the last 2 minutes were hectic. They were chaotic. And I mentioned they were not the kind of ball Resch likes. He settled the ball down with 24 seconds, called a timeout, and he got a controlled offensive play. Finneran, one fake, two fakes, and just positions it hip side on Collins. Watch him come in. There's Marichek. Nice screen by Tommy Marichek. Hollywood gives him a little bit of a break, and that is a great way to end the first half.
Oh, we want a timeout!
Resch has to be pleased with that as he ran a set play and got Finneran's 4th goal of the season. Final 10 seconds. Period number 2, a whistle.
They'll have a chance for another shot.
And Philadelphia takes another timeout.
They've got 10 seconds in possession, Larry, so they'll have a chance to, again, put some heat on Collins.
We haven't worked on it.
Yeah, we're just going to jam it up anyway.
A reminder to Philadelphia Wings fans, do not miss a moment of this live action 5-game mini season plans now available starting as low as $60. Call 215-389-9464 for more information. Operators are currently standing by. 215-389-9464. Well, Tony has broken free from his team. Talking to Gary Martin, former teammate, as he knows what he wants to try to do in these final 10.3.
Big Red, check.
They're matching Kip Fulks, the speedster, against Finneran.
Here comes Kevin. Ducks left, ducks right. 5 seconds. Wrapped up. Can't get anything off as the half comes to a conclusion.
But that'll be a penalty against Kip Falk. So Finneran drew the penalty. The good news is they'll face off the second half with a man advantage.
So Philadelphia gets a late goal to cut the lead to 6-5 and will go to the locker room knowing that they've got a man advantage when we return to begin period number 3. But before we step aside for our halftime activities, let us find Joe Stazak. Joe?
All right, thank you very much, Larry. Well, this is arguably the second best seat in the house. In conjunction with Q102 and Future Rest Futons, I've got the second best seat in the house, and I'm with Sam and Terry Lynn Caroluzzi, who are first-timers to the Wings experience. Everyone else in this place gets a little red square. You guys got a futon. How'd you work that?
Diego had a little morning crew gig, and if you got three times in a row, you got the Wings ticket. And then the next day, they called and said your name over the radio, and if you called in, you got the best seats in the house with Diego.
Okay, it's your first time. What do you think of the Wings experience?
It's great. Love the high-powered action, hard checking. I might have to get season tickets myself.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. Enjoy the rest of the game. Let's go back upstairs to Larry Rosen.
Laid-back Joe Stazak. Thanks very kindly. We're at halftime. The Thunder leads the Wings 6-5. Back with our halftime activities in just a moment.
Now you can shop for a vehicle from the comfort of your own home. It's the Car Show, the Cable Automotive Review on Suburban Cable Channel 7. Every week you can see over 150 of the best cars, trucks, and vans in all price ranges from the finest car dealerships in Chester County. Tune into Suburban 7 days a week at 4 p.m., 7 p.m., and again at 12 midnight. So relax and watch the Car Show. Car shopping made easy on Suburban Cable Channel 7.
Warwick Jewelers announces their January clearance sale. Save up to 40% on selected merchandise throughout the store. Save on diamond necklaces and earrings. Save up to 40% on stunning diamond rings in all the popular settings. And save on precious emeralds, rubies, and sapphires that are sure to put a smile on her face without putting a dent in your wallet. Take advantage of this special sale and give her the ring she always wanted. Warwick Jewelers features custom design, expert repair, and a certified gemologist on the premises in the Whiteland Town Center, Exton.
Hey, Philadelphia Wings fans, new fans to the National Lacrosse League, do not miss a moment of the live action. 5-game mini-season plans are now available, and they start as low as $60. Call 215-389-9464 for more information, and operators with all the information are currently standing by. We're at halftime. The Philadelphia Wings, Baltimore Thunder in a nip-and-tuck battle. Biggest lead. Baltimore 6, Philadelphia 4 in the final seconds of half number 1. Philadelphia closed the gap to 6-5, and they will begin period number 3 with a man advantage as they try to get this one tied at 6-5. Baltimore leading Philadelphia at the halftime. And Joe Stazak straight from the
I promised you guys I'd show you the...
Stazak straight from the futon to the hot tub. Great job you got, Stazak.
All right, Larry, I told you, I promised you I'd show you the best seat in the house. Bar none, the best seat in the house. I'm here in the jacuzzi. Two lovely ladies flanking me. Guys, how'd you get this seat?
Well, I guess we're just lucky. We pretty much fell into it.
You fell into it. From where?
Yeah. We're from Trenton.
You're from Trenton?
Yes.
Well, how'd you get this opportunity?
A friend of a friend of a friend type of deal.
A friend of a friend. What do you think of the Kicks experience? It's kind of a therapeutic way to watch a game.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The best seat in the house.
You guys enjoying yourselves?
Yes, it's great. I like it.
That's it from down here, Larry. If you guys can't find me in the fourth quarter, you know where to look.
Glug, 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 glug. Thank you, Joe Stazak. The Wings experience indeed.
I think the women affected him a little bit on that.
From the hot tub to the halftime report. We'll come back and meet Scott Gabrielson in just a moment. Stay tuned, everybody.
Comcast Spectacor presents a jam-packed January at the Core States Complex, where everyone plays. The Flyers and 76ers are cooking with 12 dates at the Core State Center, and the Phantoms and Kicks blow the doors off the Core State Spectrum for 7 home games. America's top skaters compete in the 1998 State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships, January 4th through the 11th at the Core States Complex. Aerosmith takes over the Core State Spectrum on January 15th. Yanni appears at the Core State Center on January 27th. Philadelphia Wings Lacrosse is back at the Core State Center home opener January 16th. There's LaSalle, Villanova, and Temple College basketball. The Hero Israel concert featuring the Philadelphia Orchestra and the Israeli Philharmonic graces the Core State Center January 24th. The World Wrestling Federation slams into the Core State Center on January 25th. The International Championship Rodeo stomps its way into the Core State Spectrum January 30th through February 1st. And then February heats up. The Core States Complex, where everyone plays. Now is a fantastic time to be a Phantoms fan. And the Phantoms have a fantastic offer for your family. You can get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for just $44. That's right, 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for just $44. Call the Phantoms to get your family value pack at 215-465-4522.
Baltimore Thunder, a 1-goal lead on Philadelphia's Wings, National Lacrosse League home opener for Philadelphia. And if you'd like to learn about the Philadelphia Wings and the character, the makeup of this team, just look at their captain, Scott Gabrielson. He is our halftime guest, recorded earlier with Lee Felsmo.
It's time for a NIA break in the National Lacrosse League, sponsored by NIA, the official water of the National Lacrosse League, featuring one of the stars of indoor lacrosse. Well, for 10 years, one guy has epitomized what the Philadelphia Wings are all about. Scott Gabrielson, now in his 5th year as the captain of the Philadelphia Wings. It's pretty important being associated with this team.
Without a doubt, this is a very family-oriented team. It's been a pleasure to be part of this whole organization for 10 years. I mean, this is going to be my last one. This team, from the ownership, general manager, all the way down to the equipment guys and the trainers, are a special type of person. And besides being great guys, athletes, lacrosse players, are good people. And it's been a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
Scott Gabrielson came into this team without a big college program behind him. You were the first All-American at the University of Vermont. A great athlete, but really got here by a roundabout way. Your dad was working in this town. You were working for him. You played with John Tucker those first years 10 years ago. Who would have believed that you would have had such a great career?
Yeah, I think it's really meant a lot to me to play for the Wings organization, to just have a chance to play professional lacrosse. Coming out of Vermont, it's not very well known. It kind of gave me the desire to, and I had to prove myself. And, playing with guys like John Tucker in my day and Brad Kotz and the Gate brothers. And I played with some of the best guys that play this game, period. And it's been a great career, and we're still got a great team as well right now.
Scott, a lot of guys with numbers have numerical goals when a year starts out. You are such a great leader and a 5-time captain of this team. What are your personal goals as a leader of this team? I just want to contribute whatever I can to winning attitude. The Wings are all about attitude and being confident. I'm not going to be the guy that's scoring all the goals, and I'm not going to be the guy that's picking up the ground balls, but I'm going to do my fair share. I'm going to score when I can. I'm going to play defense, and I'm going to try to get these guys fired up to give it all they have. And it's been successful. I mean, I'm the guy that's not looking for the limelight with scoring, but I'll put the goals in when I have to. I'll pick up the ground balls, play defense, and try to shut down whoever they put me on. And the Gabrielsons have been a little bit of a 2-man team with this Philadelphia Wings organization. You have a special relationship with your dad, and he has one with the team. Yeah, without a doubt. Big Gabe, as they call him, as he's known to the Wings faithful, has just been a great supporter from my rookie year in '89 to till today. The guy's up there leading the cheers in his WINGS Wings cheer, and it's great. It means a lot. I mean, a lot of times I focus off of it, but now it's kind of I keep my eye on him. I see him up there leading the cheers. As the National Lacrosse League starts its first year, I look at this Philadelphia Wings team and see really a model of consistency. 3 coaches that all played for this team. You guys do it pretty much the same way year in and year out if you're successful. Yeah, I mean, we are used to winning. And I don't know whether it's going to be arrogant or cocky, but this team, the Wings, are used to winning. We've won 4 championships in my 10-year career here. I've been to the championship every year except 2 in the 10 years, and we expect it. So we're winners, and we want to come out and win. This year, everybody's not giving us the recognition that we deserve as this type of organization because we lost Gary. And hey, we're 2-0 right now, and we're just as focused as we've ever been. Captain Scott Gabrielson, a quick snapshot of this year's team. Everybody can get it done. We've got guys that there's no superstar. There's
there's 24 guys in this team that can contribute in every single way, and we've proven that. I mean, we are now more well-rounded than we've ever been. We've got athletes in from our goalie on out to our last guy on the roster, and it's a quicker team, it's a faster team, but it's oriented more on defense now. Defense out, try to shut the other team down and put the ball in when we can.
Scott Gabrielson, through the course of the years, has played more games for this club than anybody else. His 80th consecutive regular season game, counting playoffs. He's the all-time game played leader with 112 points, and this is his final season as a member of the Philadelphia Wings. That superstar he talked about, Gary Gait's got a first-half hat trick, but he's wearing the Baltimore uniform. The Thunder lead 6-5 at the half.
Allen, you got to give it up.
Can't, Coach.
Allen, you're holding on to it.
I can't do it, Coach. I'm sorry.
Allen, you're acting like a child.
Can't give it up, Coach.
And you won't give it up either. Saturday, January 17th, the 76ers versus Golden State. Thai Beanie Baby Night, presented by Burger King. A free Beanie Baby plus a special numbered collector's certificate to the first 5,000 kids.
I just couldn't give it up.
It's the event of a lifetime. A celebration 50 years in the making. But it only lasts one night. The Hear, O Israel concert. Get your tickets at the Core State Center box office or call Ticketmaster.
Are you ready for soccer on the wild side? This Saturday night, see the high-scoring, hard-charging Philadelphia Kicks light up the Core State spectrum, led by homegrown superstars Matt Knowles and Don DeAmbra. The nonstop action of Kevin Sloan and the enforcer, Ally Walton. Be a part of the best value in Philadelphia sports. The $49 family package, the special birthday bash, and more. Tickets available at the Core State Center, Ticketmaster, and Janie Brainy stores, or by calling the Kicks at 1-888-888-KICKS. Soccer on the wild side. Be there.
It's coming to Philadelphia for its only East Coast appearance.
It's the award-winning International Championship Rodeo.
Featuring 6 exciting contest events, plus camel racing,
Wild and wacky ostrich racing,
dancing horses, daring comedy bullfighters,
plus the western harmonies of the Sons of Tennessee.
You've seen it on TV. Now see it live. Don't miss all the thrills, chills, and spills January 30th through February 1st at the Core State Spectrum.
Join the fun. Get tickets now
at the Core State Spectrum and Ticketmaster.
Or charge by phone.
We're back live at halftime. Baltimore on top of Philadelphia by a 6-5 count. And as you might expect, Gary Gait, the superstar, now in residence in Baltimore, has 3 goals. And he got the scoring started on his own.
Well, he was tough to handle early on. Look how they didn't really get set on him. That was the second goal of the game. It was 2-0 at that point, or 2-2, I should say. And then Andy Ross got a goal. That was the third for Baltimore.
Finally, Martino.
Yeah, he came in, scored 2 goals in that first half, really gave them problems. 1 on a power play, 1 after that to give them 6 goals. Gait with 3, Martino 2 and 2. He has really been the big guy helping the team on both ends of goals and assists. Ryan with 2 assists, but Gait's been the guy that's been hard to stop, as we all would predict.
Now, Philadelphia has spread the wealth as they need to do with this club, and their scoring started by Greg Trainer.
Here's a great-looking second-year player. Trainer comes in this year without a goal. He only played 1 game last year, but this is a game where he's maturing. His 3rd game of the season, and look at that shot by Trainer. First goal of the game. Then it was Finneran taking over. That was a short-handed goal by Finneran to give it a 2-1 game at that point. O'Grady came down to make it a 3-2 game with that fast break. Marichek had a fast break again to make it the 4th goal, and that was the 5th goal there by Finneran just seconds before the half ended.
Our halftime statistics brought to you by Bud Light. What do you see, Leaf?
Well, you talked right away about loose balls always, and those are pretty darn even saves. Philadelphia getting a lot more pressure on Dallas Elliott with the great offensive Gait and company. Faceoffs, of course, are dead even almost. The extra man has been a big story. A lot of guys in the box, and you can see that Baltimore has gotten 2 goals, but they've had many more opportunities. One time they were 2 goals up, or two men up early, and Philadelphia really took time off that penalty, did not let any in. So that could be a lot worse, even though they've allowed two for Baltimore.
Well, the fourth and final minor against Baltimore will be served as we begin period number 3. Stand by. Second half action and more when we return to the Core State Center in just a moment.
Did someone say Wings? Tickets for the Wings' next game against the Buffalo Bandits are on sale now. Wings fans, get ready for more scoring. Bring it on. More hitting. Bring it on. More action. More excitement than ever before. The Wings take on the Buffalo Bandits Saturday night, February 7th, 7:30 at the Core State Center. Tickets start at just $13, available at the box office and Ticketmaster. Get ready to take off. Bud Light presents the high-flying Philadelphia Wings. Get on board.
Michael Barkan. Coming up on the next Daily News Live, have the Sixers kept the momentum building? We'll wrap up a holiday afternoon tilt with the Sacramento Kings as Phil Jasner stops by. Also, a busy week of Super Bowl hype gets underway. We'll discuss. And as always, lots of good talk and surprises in store. Bill Conlon and Bernard Fernandez complete the lineup for a fun-filled Monday edition of Daily News Live right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Hi, I'm Michael Barkan. Join us on Saturday, January 24th at the King of Prussia Plaza for your very first glimpse of this summer's Phillies, when Comcast Sportsnet proudly presents Meet the Phillies 98. Here's your very first chance to chat with team officials and players like President Dave Montgomery, manager Terry Francona, bullpen ace Ricky Batalico, and newcomers Mark Lewis and Doug Glanville in a live question and answer session. Meet the Phillies 98 live from the King of Prussia Plaza on Comcast Sportsnet.
A fan wearing Steve Guffet's the all-time leading penalty minute accumulator. His jersey number 44, as Wings fans remember, don't miss out on a minute of this live action. 5-game mini-season ticket plans are now available, and they do begin as low as $60. It's 215-389-9464 for more information, with operators presently standing by. Well, that's John Tucker, who wore number 2 as a Philadelphia Wing in his halcyon days, now behind the bench.
One of the last guys I actually can say I played with, John Tucker, tremendous athlete. And here's Tony Resch, who played 6 years as a defensive specialist for the Wings. All 3 of the Wings coaches have Wings playing experience. This system is one that is really honored and revered throughout the league of the National Lacrosse League and what we used to be the Major Indoor Lacrosse League. Dallas Elliott, as good as they get, first team All-Pro, and he was tested in that first half, came out pretty good. The game pretty much tied at 6-5, a 1-goal lead for Baltimore. Anybody can win this one. And Collins, as we mentioned, Larry, really has made Baltimore a contender on the defensive end. This team really never had any defense. Collins came in from Canada last year and made that end of the field respectable.
Of course, Philadelphia will open with the man advantage as Kip Folks. The penalty officially right at 15 minutes of period number 2 following the Resch timeout. So that timeout did help by a man advantage in Tucker's club, a man down to open the third quarter.
Tucker's seen it all. He's played on several U.S. national teams. Of course, been a champion here in Philadelphia. Was an All-American at Hopkins. Tony Resch, All-American at Yale, champion here. Also a member of the team that went over to Australia and won to the United States. Best of the best playing here in the National Lacrosse League. And, of course, the Philadelphia Wings trying to go 3-0 today. Baltimore coming in with a 1-0 record.
So Philadelphia with a man advantage. Peter Jacobs at 6'5", the tallest player in the league, will try to take that draw. He's got Oglesby open and works toward Oglesby's side. Oglesby comes away with it. It's not clean. He's lost his stick, and the ball belongs to Jeff Clogston. Baltimore down a man with the ball. They change on the fly following the face-off with which they got possession.
Gary Gait's on the field. Now, timeout called by the referees. I think they're talking to the timers.
The shot clock is simply not running above either bench, above either net, rather. Now they've been turned on, and they're at 30. Really, the possession for Baltimore should have the shot clock down around 16 or 17, perhaps, maybe a little bit lower. They brought it down to 4. That's impossible because we haven't played that long in the half. Now it's back at 25, which might actually be a slight Baltimore advantage. But here we go. Shot clock is running.
Gait's on the field. Perfectly. I'm sorry, Larry. Gait's on the field. Even though he's man down, they'll try to get him the ball if they think they can get an easy shot. They are a man short, but you've got to watch how you play defense, even though you have a man advantage for Philadelphia.
Martina looks for Panos, who scores as he turned Bill Miller, caught it in one motion, turned the stride of the score. So shorthanded goals continue to play a major part in this one. This time for Baltimore, they regain their 2-goal lead.
Well, you got to shut off Gary Gait. That's what they did. They shut off Gary Gait, and Panos got the step on Miller, and what a nice shot for him. He takes it over the shoulder. Watch him come right to left. Takes it over the shoulder, and then just turns around, fakes to the far side, goes near side. Panos, acquired from Boston. He played at Hofstra, played in the summer leagues in Canada. A great player at Hofstra, and again at Boston for 1 year. But he wanted extra experience, went up and played with the Canadians last year, played with Gates, Tavares, all the great ones, and really it's paying dividends.
Served him well. He's just 23 years of age, and the loose ball is recovered by Klotston. They will change and bring out an offensive set with Gait on their right wing. Gait holding, ragging, and turning. He is a magician, goes behind. Shot clock is at 8. Still holding, double team, pass for Panos. He can't come up with it, loose on the floor. And Philadelphia with a man advantage. As you see, the shot clock expires. But a great job by Baltimore to use the full 30 seconds.
Baltimore did a great job, not only to get the ball in possession, but of course, obviously to score shorthanded. 2-goal advantage now. This is the first time in this power play that Philly's had it.
And it's just got 10 seconds to run. Finneran at the top. There he is. Catches. Stutters. Spins. Shoot. It's off the left elbow of Derek Collins. He gets it back in a great spot. The pass, the shot off the pipe, the top crossbar, rebound, it's in. Did that go back off Collins?
It did. Bates took the shot off the iron, came off Collins, and went back in the net. Finneran being very, very crafty and almost too careful by not taking the shot when he first gets it. That one, though, got lucky. Finneran doesn't take it. He dishes off the Bates. Now watch Bates come up, hits the iron, back off of Collins, or the defender, actually, and the defender rolls it between the legs. It hits the defender's legs. Watch the defender come in front. Bates off the iron. Watch the defender in the crease. Defender's there. It's Radeball's. Radeball's foot hits it, and it rolls in between the legs of Collins.
Right off his right heel.
You got to have some breaks, and that was one, obviously, for Philly. They're back to within 1.
It's a 7-6 call to man advantage goal. Looking for the tie. Rebound. They go down low on Miller's shot. Miller still has it behind. Spinning. Has an opening. Tries to come in front. Again, the shot at the midsection. Crease violation, but great effort, Bill Miller. Goal scorer Chris Bates out of Narberth, Pennsylvania via Dartmouth. Has been with the Wings for 6 years, was with Charlotte in '96. Otherwise, the rest of his career has been in Philadelphia, so he has seen some championship days.
Really a role player before he went to Charlotte. Charlotte, he was a hero for that expansion team. Came back up here with new confidence.
Wow, the splits by Elliott as he beats his man clean on a great set play.
Now this line has been in there for a long time for Baltimore. You've got some tired legs. If Philly can get the ball moving, they've got some tired defenders.
Shovel shot. We've got a whistle, and an infraction is called on Andy Ross.
That's what happens when you're tired. You start hanging, you start clutching. That particular line had made 2 runs. Ross will come in. Watch, he'll just start hanging and clutching. That check gets him the 2-minute penalty.
So Philadelphia back to the man advantage. As you see young Andy Ross into the penalty box, and Philadelphia can tie it with 1 here.
They haven't been particularly sharp on this power play. Not really scaring too many people right now. They've got to really make some nice passes. Historically, not this year, this team, of course, would finish down low as you look at Ross from Navy in the box.
In front, and we're tied. Paul Denikin just that quickly on the cross crease look. One-timer scores.
That's exactly what I was talking about. That is their traditional look. Cross side, down low. Denikin's done it many times, and he buries this one to make it a tie game. That's the way the Wings want to make it roll. Down low. Look at the right side. Right side all by himself. Redirects. Collins can't get there in time. It's so easy when you do it right. And really what made that work was Finneran was moved from the top down to the left low spot. He wasn't there all game until this time. That's his traditional spot. Low left. He's much better there, and the team looked better there.
And also Baltimore running a diamond defensive set. Philadelphia has played box on their man-down situation. I guess it changes your passing angles dramatically.
Well, if you really value the top shooters like Marichek, you play the diamond, and that's what they did. But Finneran is lethal when he's low, and they finally moved him back to the low spot, and it paid off.
He had been working more on a wing side. Great check by Oglesby. Rides his man down. Philadelphia can't come away with it. Shot clock did recycle, though. So a fresh clock in front. The check was made by Mike Bouza from Philadelphia. Shot. Elliott dives across and takes it off the net. Off rebound. They're going to score it. Elliott up and complaining that the goal had been dislodged, and it clearly had by his own dive across the crease.
Well, let me tell you what the rule is there. And Elliott has another good point. If the goal is dislodged and the shot is taken, if it breaks what would be the position of the goal, it's a goal. But look how far to the right this is. It's way to the right, and Elliott is saying that did not break the plane of the goal in its original position. Look at to the right. The goal is about 1.5 feet to the right of the original line. Mike Ventura signals the goal. Elliott says that goal was nowhere near, that shot was nowhere near the original position of the plane of the goal.
They give Kent DeVeni the go-ahead goal as Philadelphia tries to run. Jake Berge runs through the goalkeeper, and I believe he's going to wind up in the penalty box as he ran right through Derek Collins. And now a couple of Thunder players come off to try to defend their keeper, and that might wind up in an even-up call. Is that Folks that's talking to Berge?
It's Folks making the trouble, and it's, I think, Martino trying to make the piece.
Martino tried to get Kip Folks out of the way before they called that penalty. Berge was called for running through the keeper. Here's the action, as Berge did check off Collins.
Collins, a little bit of an acting job on that. He wasn't hit that hard, but he knows what's at stake. He knows if he makes it look like it was contact, he's going to get a 2-minute penalty. It worked.
And then Folks tried to get in the face of Jake Berge and wound up into the penalty box. Now, will they be coincidental minors? They're called 2-minute roughing minors.
So they got 5 on the field for each team. You won't notice it on the field, folks. You play at even strength.
Well, here comes Collins trying to get a man advantage, and the referee says, let's bring that over and make sure that the goal's set. John Tucker waving his man back, does not want the goalie doing all that much footwork on his own. It's an 8-7 Thunder lead. It might just be a he who scores last scores best in that kind of game so far. Again, the two sides are at even strength. That's Ryan. Starter step, looking for a cutter. Nice pass in front. The double team as the extra help came from Bill Miller of Philadelphia. And a good check for Philadelphia by Peter Jacobs. Oglesby, long lead, cradled. It's loose and picked up by Finneran. Finneran will allow the play to settle and develop. Finneran eyes up his man. Stops and spins. Gets a screen. Pulls it back out as nothing's doing. Shot clock's at 7. Shot is off the left elbow by Marichuk. And it will be Philadelphia ball. Shot clock resets. 9:13 remaining period 3. The Thunder an 8-7 lead over Philadelphia. Great crowd, great action tonight at the Core State Center. That's off the left elbow as Finneran got to within about 20 feet. Picked out of midair. A lot of contact behind. It's loose and swept in front by Steve Govett, who almost got it turned. In front again, over the shoulder comes Marichek. Can't get it on net.
Marichek is usually so lethal on that shot. He is off on that. That was a wide open net for it's typically a Marichek goal.
Kent DeVeni brings it out.
Larry, but it was Govett that really got away with one.
Score! Just that quickly, a step behind Brian Voelkel.
I'll talk about that in a moment. It was Gait who came off on the fast break. Gait coming right into the crease down the cylinder. They fed Gait with a very tough ball to handle, but, of course, exceptional stick skills. And Gary Gait gets goal number 4. Canabene just rams it in there. Look at that. How do you handle that one? Volker was right there on him. Watch how he just pulls this into the chest and just shovels it immediately, and that is the key. Passing it was one thing, but how are you going to shoot it? And that's why Volker probably thought he had him in pretty good position.
That is Gait's 4th of the night, the 11th on the season, and the season is less than 2 games old. Baltimore resumes its 2-goal lead.
Coming in this game, I thought if they held Gait to 4, they could win the game.
Gait for his 5th.
That doesn't look good.
Gait goes high, short side over the shoulder of Elliott, and the Thunder has its largest lead of the night at 10-7.
Make him shoot through you now.
And you hear Resch say, make him shoot through you. Not that much open space.
Wheels coming off the cart. Gabrielson trying to stay wooden. Couldn't quite lock up. And that is just a laser shot. Watch the velocity. Gary's got all the tools. And he'll put velocity. He'll take it off. He can shoot from any position. He's shown you all the arsenal tonight. 5 goals for the great Gary Gait. 3 times now MVP of the Indoor League.
He's got 12 goals in 1.5 plus. And the Thunder's biggest lead. Ross gets the low pipe left as he had the goalkeeper beaten on that little spin move. Did Andy Ross. Philadelphia tries to counter a trip in the open floor. Sends Peter Jacobs down. As Philadelphia will play it in, that's Doug Knight. But Gary Gait has been the story early in period number 3. The Thunder lead is 3.
Let's see. Oh, it says you've been seen in the movies.
That should read at the movies.
And you've built models, but never really actually modeled. Well, quite frankly, you the man!
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Is she my co-star?
Now she is.
Did someone say Wings? Tickets for the Wings' next game against the Buffalo Bandits are on sale now. Wings fans, get ready for more scoring. Bring it on. More hitting. Bring it on. More action. More excitement than ever before. The Wings take on the Buffalo Bandits Saturday night, February 7th, 7:30 at the Core State Center. Tickets start at just $13, available at the box office and Ticketmaster. Get ready to take off. Bud Light presents the high-flying Philadelphia Wings. Get on board.
It's coming to Philadelphia for its only East Coast appearance.
It's the award-winning International Championship Rodeo.
Featuring 6 exciting contest events, plus camel racing,
Wild and wacky ostrich racing,
dancing horses, daring comedy bullfighters,
plus the Western harmonies of the Sons of Tennessee.
You've seen it on TV. Now see it live. Don't miss all the thrills, chills, and spills January 30th through February 1st at the Core State Spectrum.
Join the fun. Get tickets now
At the Core State Spectrum and Ticketmaster.
or charge by phone.
With 5-game mini plans available for as low as $60, there's no reason not to come out and join us for the live action of Philadelphia Wings Box Lacrosse. Call 215-389-9464 for ticket information. Operators are standing by. Baltimore's built a 10-7 lead midway through period number 3 here at the Core State Center. And for almost the entire history of this franchise, its leading supporter has been Big Gabe, the father of Scott Gabrielson, standing by with Joe Stasak behind the Wings bench.
Okay, thanks, Larry. Well, you saw his son being interviewed at halftime. Scott Gabrielson, the captain of this team. He is known as Big Gabe. He's been doing this for a decade. You got to be proud of your son, first of all.
You betcha. I sure am.
And for 10 years, I worked for the Wings 10 years ago. You haven't lost a bit of enthusiasm. How have you assumed the role as the fire leader of this crowd?
It's the crowd. They just need some direction.
Well, let's see what you got. Give him a cheer.
All right.
George Redwood, folks. Absolutely, George Reynolds. He hasn't even been to the concession stand yet. That's Big Gabe.
All right, thank you, Joe. There you go. Philadelphia could use a little bit of that 7th man. Coach Resch's club down 10-7 as Gait has lit up the night.
And Baltimore scored about 3 goals. Well, they scored 3 goals in about 2.5 minutes. Under 3 minutes for Canabene and Gate scoring 2. They've had 2 3-goal runs, Larry. It really has been the difference for that offense for the Baltimore. And, of course, you take Gate off one team, put them in the other. Hate to say it, but right now that is obviously what has been trouble for Philly.
That's Oglesby looking for some room, working on his own. Oglesby gets double team and gets the weak shot off, unable to reach the net. So the shot clock does not reset. Bates behind, looking in front for a pass. The shot over the top from Scott Gabrielson. Again, the shot clock has not reset. 2-1, and there will be a shot clock violation against Philadelphia. A couple of good opportunities, but nothing on net.
Where the fuck
Tony Resch working Mike Ventura again, trying to get the push calls, trying to get some advantage for his team. Take away that little 3-minute run. Philadelphia has to settle things down. They're plenty much in this game. 3 goals is nothing in the indoor game, Larry. They can make this up very quickly. They just have to stay on their game plan.
Ryan screens for Gate, goes short side. A tough one about knee-high for Elliott to handle. Breaks the rebound loose. And Philadelphia comes out with it. That's Greg Trainer out of Conestoga High School in the University of Virginia. Looking for a pass to the wing. And again, they have got nothing easy. They've had to really work in the half court. In front over the top. Again, pretty much a one-on-one move for Steve Govett.
Not a bad move. You have no angle coming in there from the left. He just put his shoulder down and tried to create a little more space.
Nice lead pass for Kent DeBene as he works Gate side. Gets the screen from Panos. Stops, pops. It's wide long side. They will recycle the shot clock, and here comes Philadelphia back. A break ahead of the pack. Kevin Finneran with a stride. Shot! That got a lot of iron. Looked like it might have been in the underside.
Well, he beat Collins. He just didn't beat the net. He got off the iron, and that was it.
2-on-1 the other way. Shot! Saved by Elliott as he's able to stop Tim Horns.
Crease violation goes back to the wings.
That is end-to-end action as Horns responded following the Finneran breakaway.
Well, you know, Baltimore thinks they've got a physical advantage against this Philadelphia team, and Philadelphia thinks they do too. Both teams in great condition. These athletes can run from one end to the other, and that's what you just saw. Fast break for each team. Finneran had Collins beat on that play. It just hit the pipe and came back out.
5 minutes, good.
A lot of things, a lot of plays, Larry, in his face, a lot of contact in there. It's very tough when you're focusing on Gary Gait to take care of all 5 guys on that end of the field.
5 minutes, 38 seconds remaining, period 3. Thunder leading the Wings 10-7.
That's Denny Townsend behind the bench there. He's the actual owner of the Baltimore Thunder. As you look at Gary Gait, and Denny Townsend, the owner, on the coaching staff, on the bench. He has been a force tonight, carrying this team. Take a look at some of the acrobatic moves. He's got power right there, going through 2 players. He's got great shooting. Watch this, coming over the top and just finding the mark with great accuracy. He's got speed. That is pure velocity. And then, watch him handle that one. He can create shots as well. So he's got it all. And again, Gary Gait coming down. 5 goals on the night.
And remember, these Baltimore Thunder guys have been watching Gait do it as a member of Philadelphia these many years. And the look on their faces, you know, it's like, he's on our team. And thus the 3-goal lead. Jake Berge for Philadelphia, wearing number 66. Shot is well wide from Peter Jacobs. And it's loose on the floor. Good body check by Bill Miller. But it's Baltimore in possession. Claxton tries the outlet.
Larry, a lot of time in the game. Again, 3 goals is nothing in the indoor game. Plenty of time for Philadelphia. Just keep to their game plan and strike fast. Use transition and play that tough defense. They've got to keep Baltimore in front of Elliott.
Now they attack with 7 on the shot clock. That's wide. Long rebound as the clock did not reset. 2-1. So the long shot just to beat the clock. Still a violation against Baltimore with 4:42 remaining in the third. Philadelphia brings out a fresh unit.
Philadelphia's in good shape. Again, I'm going to go back to that point. 2 3-goal spurts for Baltimore. And Gary Gait is really, they're a top-heavy team right now. Philadelphia, stick to your game plan. Plenty of time in this game.
The bounce pass to Buza. Buza goes behind and brings it back out low and easy on the long hop. for Collins to handle. Great intercept, Oglesby. 3-on-2 Philadelphia. Oglesby's got a look. Oglesby, maybe one pass too many from Buzaz. He had an open man, but the defender read it. Buzaz dives in front. It's loose. And on the floor, recovered by Baltimore in the person of Andy Ross. Ross hit, but bounces off one, bounces off a second. Oglesby dishes him hard and clean, and that's enough for Ross. He'll head for the bench. Great shift, Andy Ross. And Baltimore.
Gary Gait trying to get advantage.
Loose one is picked up by Philadelphia. And the long lead pass unable to be handled by Finneran. Looking for a trailer. It was over the top as he had Maricek breaking.
Maricek's a guy you might look to step up. Watch out. Gary Gait.
Cherry picking. No shot. Still an opportunity in front. Well wide by Gait as he tried to go long side. And Finneran tries to settle the floor just a little bit.
Yeah, they get Gary off on the offensive end. He just plays pretty much offense alone. He can play great defense, but they're saving him for that great goal output that he can give a team.
Jimmy Rogers near side. Finneran at the top. Finneran works to his wing. That is around the feet of Collins on the shot from Govett, but he's able to handle it relatively easily as he does not give up rebounds very easily. Here's Bobby Martino. Martino off the shield, rebound, and he's taken down hard, and they will call a crease violation.
Nice defense, just rode him down to the crease, but Martino, how about that? He saw a little bit of a crease in the middle, a little bit of a seam, and just blistered one right to the face mask of Elliott. That's the kind of shot, Larry, that took Elliott out of the game against New York. Last week, 38 seconds into the game, he gets knocked in the head with that kind of shot. He sat out the whole game. Piazza was a star.
Peter Jacobs with the long arms tries to put it past the crook of the elbow, but it's broken away. Philadelphia will have to go 2/3 of the floor to set it back up. Bill Miller out of Hobart University plays to big Peter Jacobs, a Baltimore native from Johns Hopkins. Berge in front as he dives through. A violation.
Yeah, the crease violation. Berge, nice move. It's an all or nothing play. You've seen it a lot tonight. You make your lunge move, you've got to can it, or else the ball's going the other direction.
Less than 2 minutes remaining, period 3. It's been almost all Baltimore, almost all Gait here in the third period. Shot, and the splits by Elliott sends it to the near corner. In front, big shot by Kentabeni is broken free. And a loose rebound comes long to Peter Jacobs. Jacobs to Berge on the near wing. Berge turns his man and drops it back out. Jacobs looking for a cutter. The curl in front yields little, and Trainer brings it back out. Berge will go off.
Larry, Trainer had a shot there. He's taken many shots with less angle than that. They moved the ball twice, and Trainer had a good one to release there. Not a bad idea to pull the trigger when you're moving twice.
Tough pass all the way across. Oglesby tries to beat the shot clock and cannot. So with 1 minute remaining in the third period, Baltimore a 3-goal lead and the ball. And they make their offense-defense substitution.
Gary Gait with possession.
Gait gets the screen, shoves and scores. What a pass to Kentabeni.
They took it back. They say it was in the crease.
Kentabeni in the crease. So with 40 seconds, back comes Philadelphia. Shot over the top. As Maricek had a great opportunity in front. Helmets fly, bodies as well. 2 Philadelphians are down, and we get a whistle.
They're going to get a call against Baltimore, but Maricek's the guy that's got to make that play. How many times tonight have we seen Maricek in front of the goal, missing the net? This is a very skilled player who just isn't finishing tonight. He could have had 3 goals tonight. They need more goals for Maricek.
He scored 55 goals in the last 2 years. So with Gait gone, Maricek a likely candidate to fill the slack.
And he's a much more accurate shooter than we've seen. That shot right there, he should can that one. Normally he doesn't miss.
Steve Govett trying to get the crowd going, and it works.
Well, Govett lost his helmet. He got nailed on that play. Tried to finish up on that shot, and he got hit from behind. The helmet got ejected from his head, and that hurt plenty. Govett wants the crowd to help him out. Govett putting the helmet back on there, and then Canabene going back up the payback. Payback, Canabene.
It's Canabene who is in the penalty box. Philadelphia's play is on. Looking for a proximity goal if they can muster it. Shot saved easily off the right leg.
Terrible shot by Trainer. He's got to get better angle.
Philadelphia breaks it free, though. 15 seconds and counting, as you see in the corner of your screen. Less than 10. Shot handled easily, as that was taken by Finneran. So these are not necessarily high percentage shots to close out period number 3. So as the third period opens, so will the fourth, with Philadelphia trailing. But they'll have a man advantage when period number 4 begins. It is a 10-7 Thunder lead, courtesy of 5 goals from Gary Gait. Let's go down to the floor and Joe Staszak. Joe?
All right, now I'm with Spanky of the Wings Party Patrol. Spanky, what's your role? What's your responsibility here on game night as a unit?
Well, Joe, I get the crowd fired up. I get them crazy. I get them into the game.
How does one become a part of the Wings Party Patrol?
Well, it's all about special teams. You take the hit, and then it's all about T-shirts, my brother.
Go get them, Brett.
All right, Joe.
Go ahead, Spank. Folks, so much to do here on a game night. You got hot women, you got hot wings, you got hot drink specials. So much to do. Enjoy the Kicks experience. Bring the whole family. Live.
Party Patrol indeed, as they fling the T-shirts to the crowd. Philadelphia's got a road to home in period number 4. They're trailing 10-7 after 3. Back with fourth quarter action next.
Coley Pontiac Buick now has 2 fantastic locations with over $2 million of used car inventory. Visit the new Coley Auto Sales now in Coatesville, bringing an outstanding reputation to your area. We have the largest, cleanest, and highest quality used cars available in Chester County.
Credit problems, no problem here.
Come in and see for yourself. We're Chester County's #1 pre-owned car dealer. Remember, Coley Auto Sales for a giant selection, great value, and integrity. 1961 East Lincoln Highway, Coatesville.
Hi, I'm Mark Ruggieri of General Sales Company. As some of you may know, our dealership suffered a great loss due to a very damaging fire. Since 1934, Ruggieri's has been dedicated to offering our customers excellent service and superior value in our line of Cadillac and Oldsmobile products. And even though we're down, we're not out. Ruggieri's is still up and running and ready to serve you. And soon will be better than ever, so visit our temporary location at 706 East Gay Street in Westchester.
Hey, Wings fans, don't miss a moment of the live action here at the Core State Center 5-game mini season plans. Now available starting as low as $60. Call 215-389-9464 for more information. Operators standing by how you can be part of Philadelphia Wings box lacrosse.
Some of the greatest action this season.
Kevin Finneran, a leading scorer for Philadelphia, has been a bright spot here. Some of his best action, Leaf.
Well, he's got 3 goals in the night. Really a tremendous player out of Ohio Wesleyan that has to step up if this team's going to be successful. Look at that rocket early in the game. That was a short-handed goal. They gave them 2 in the night. This was 12 seconds left in the first half. It set up a play for Finneran. He is tremendously accurate with his shot. He also scored in the third quarter. He is a leader that is doing his job. Tommy Marichek, normally a little more accurate, tonight has to find rope for this team to come out with a W.
Big face-off to start the fourth period. What are we looking at?
Well, Jacobs usually dominates. You got Kip Fultz and Speedster in there. Philly likes to use a face-off unit. You got a defensive line in there now. They don't like to give up goals in the face-off. If they get put off the ball, watch, they'll change 2 or 3 guys, and they are right now.
Yep, one clean to Oglesby, who gives it over to O'Grady, and they do indeed complete the change. Philadelphia with a man advantage, down 3. Trainer plays catch with Finneran. They try to walk it up against this little diamond look. Cutting through Finneran, can't handle the pass, loose on the floor, and picked up by Trainer. Good reverse whip, Trainer. Marichek in front, Finneran, no shot. Drop it back out, Trainer. Trainer has his man shot off the left foot, and a whistle crease violation, Philadelphia. No, make that a shot clock violation.
Well, that is a killer. You just can't have shot clock violations on a power play. You've got to get the shot off. You've got to test the goalie. Tony Resch really wants to get that thing on track. You know,
We're going to get another quick one, guys. Another quick one. You got to get there.
Wants a quick goal, yep.
He wants to get the ball back, of course, but you've got to put pressure on Collins.
Folks ragging time, near side. Shot clock's at 7. penalty clock at 25.
Mismatch here. Buzza, 5'6", 155, playing against Gary Gait, 6'2", 210, 215.
And that goes over and back. Great defensive work, Buzza.
How about that? Buzza, the rookie from Penn State, literally giving up about 50 pounds. He's giving up 50 pounds of muscle, and he's just out hustling Gary Gait.
Philadelphia, one more opportunity on the man advantage. Less than 10 seconds remaining. Trainer. That's again off the left foot as they try to go low. Rebound over the shoulder. Finneran in front. Over the top. As he tried a number of different moves on the pass from Denikin's shot. Blocked off well wide as the penalty has now expired. And Baltimore survives. Kent DeBenny.
Collins is down.
The goalkeeper is down in his own end as he tries to recover. Looks like maybe something in the upper body, trying to catch his breath.
He's moving around now, but he was down and not moving for a few moments.
Meanwhile, teams at full strength. Baltimore able to play it as they wish with a 3-goal lead. It's loose on the floor.
Tremendous stick check by Volker. He came off, took his hand off the stick, used a stick check over the head.
Trainer breakaway shot, save. Collins, rebound, kicked out. Another rebound, Finneran, fake, shots off. And that is an incredible series of fakes by Finneran and nowhere to go.
Watch out, Gait, 2-on-1, this is trouble.
The screen for Gait, tackle Volker, can't do it, shot, what a save. Elliott, and then Gait is taken down hard behind the Philadelphia net.
First team all-pro save on that end. Finneran, I was going to say it a minute ago, Finneran's making too many fakes. He's got to nail it.
There it is.
Maricek. You got to get numbers from him. We've talked about it. And finally, he comes up with a finish. We saw Kevin Finneran make too many fakes. Make one, two, or make none. But bury the shot. He's getting too fine.
Here comes Maricek
coming. He doesn't waste any time. Takes it once. See that? And puts it right behind Collins. Collins is standing up to the fakes. Watch the fast break as Collins eyeballs it. And then it's Maricek opening up to the right and then going far side over the shoulder.
Volker's pass was right on time to create goal number 6 of the young season for Tom Maricek and bring Philadelphia back to within 2. We'll see if Collins can get that leg going.
Let me tell you what, this would be big trouble. If Collins comes out, they will light the lamp against Doc Doherty. Now listen, Doc Doherty, let me tell you, is the best goalie in the world outside. And he is on the United States national team. He just doesn't have any minutes inside. And it'll be a real experience if he has to come in and make saves. Now, he's gotten a lot better, and maybe he will make a big night tonight. But there'll be a lot of pressure for Doherty if he has to go in, and he does.
He is 23 years of age, out of the University of Maryland, a 2-time Division I Goalie of the Year, and an MVP in the Final Four, and perhaps more importantly, Episcopal Academy graduate in Philadelphia, where he was a high school All-American. So Brian Doherty, in some way, living out a little piece of his boyhood dream, coming to the Core State Center and going in there to save a game.
Goalie of the year when he played at Maryland. They don't come any better in the field game, and he'll be tested tonight. He's gotten so much better in a short period of time in the indoor game, but it takes time to be good in this box game.
Will the defense for Baltimore need to change at all with the goalkeeper?
They better keep the shots on the outside. That's all. Just protect Doherty. Give him an easy save. Make him feel the game before he gets pressure in his face.
Good action down to the left of the new keeper. Again, it was 10-8 at the 12:24 mark when Collins went out.
Larry, in my estimation, they should not be too refined with this. They should test Doherty right away. Get a shot on him. Don't wait for the best shot. Just put some rubber on the net.
Trying to get some screening in front if they can. And the dive through is a crease violation against Philadelphia. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to Derek Collins. Maybe a little knee ligament as he spun himself around.
Foot might have caught there, and he took something, a little bit of a twinge above the knee, it looks like.
He checked out by the trainer.
And he's back in the game. So Doherty did a great job of just doing what he had to do, keeping position, and now Collins back in the game.
He played for just about a minute, loose in front. Panos has it in front. Martino goes over the top. Rebound, shot, save. As Gait was point-blank range looking for goal number 6 and a whistle. Crease violation.
Yeah, crease violation on Baltimore. They tried to roll the ball back to Elliott. I want to tell you something. Elliott has taken his game up a notch. Since midway through, when they get those 3 goals in a row, Canabene, Gait, and Gait, he has taken it up a notch, and he has been sensational. Now, they need to put some of this shot on top of Collins.
Finneran double team, has a trailer, shot is wide. Comes back to Finneran. Fakes, dips, that's on the near side again wide. Long rebound broken out. And Baltimore tries to counterattack. It's a 3-on-1. If there's clean possession, not. Great job defensively by Philadelphia to bury it. Punches thrown by Jake Berge. Meanwhile, play is on. Now they finally blow it dead as Berge rode Tony Millen to the floor.
I tell you, and that's a ride, too. Oh, Tony Millen is in shape and ready to play, but Berge, 6 feet, 210, he just rolled him into the boards. Both of them will take a 2-minute break.
And he got this crowd to their feet. Here's the action.
This is some muscle hitting the boards. Look at this. Look at Berge riding him. Berge just riding him. And Millen is as in shape as you can get. Berge just pummels him into the side. Millen hasn't been handled that much before. And Berge says nothing. No prisoners. I'm coming after you, buddy. This is a rookie trying to establish that this team is playing in their home field, and they want to win.
See Millen with the arms up. Now, it indeed was a great defensive play in addition because there were 2 unmarked Baltimore attackers coming down the middle. If it was a clean possession, Millen could have flicked it for an easy goal.
He had a fast break, no question about it. Not an easy play to make in the open field.
So we'll play at even strength. Clodston. Baltimore by 2. Looking for Gait. Gait is checked effectively by Peter Jacobs. Jacobs had a man long. Can't go there. It's O'Grady down.
Still a fast break. 3-on-2.
Volker stops. Check from behind by Ryan. Cleaned up by Maricek. A whistle. Possession Philadelphia. As Ryan has a little stick work for Maricek.
That's actually Booza again. Folks, let me tell you, my buddy Larry and I, it's tough for us to see the numbers from way up here. We're about 9 stories high, and these numbers are very small. 41 Booza, and they got 42 Maricek. Very tough for us to see from up here.
Thank you. 10 minutes exactly remaining in regulation. Trainer stops, goes low. Beaten by Collins, who showed no ill effects. Now coming out and doing some running.
They are making too many fakes. Their shooting has gotten too fine. Collins' game has come up a notch as well. But Larry, remember at the beginning of the game, the sticks were high, the shots were low, and it was working on Collins. Now, Trainer drops the stick low and then shoots low, not as effective a shot.
Good job by Buzzer to break that away. 2-on-1. Oglesby trailing. Looked at him. Shot! Wide to the long side. Oglesby tries to corral the rebound. Cantabene comes up with it. And he can bring it out on his own.
You know what's great about this? Both of these teams have bragged about their physical conditioning. Both think they can run teams into the ground. Well, guess what, folks? They'll get a chance to prove it in the next 9 minutes.
Ryan the screen. That one is off the pipe on the near side. And possession will come to Philadelphia.
First place at stake. Both teams have been undefeated. It could be a 3-0 Wings team or a 2-0 Baltimore Thunder.
It's Philadelphia down by a pair. We're at even strength. That's Maricek. Double team. Finally cuffs it up. Finneran tries to scoop. Good job there. Uses the long arms. Shot score! Maricek. It's a 1-goal game.
Well, coming into the fourth quarter, I made that little prediction. Maricek's got to score for this team to win. And he has done it. He has scored the 2 goals, the only 2 goals of the fourth quarter, and his accuracy has really improved. Remember how many shots he missed in the third quarter? Watch the accuracy. He rips the corner. He just finds that mark, and that is what Hollywood Maricek can do when he's on target.
So Philadelphia, a pair of unanswered goals to get this back to a 1-goal contest.
And number 99, Billy Miller.
Against their arch rivals from Baltimore. And at least they've quieted Gait in the fourth period. Baltimore looking to counter-strike.
It's been typical Philadelphia Wings ball. Elliott leading on the defensive end, making unconscionable saves, just tremendous saves, and them just coming back slowly, one goal at a time.
Penalty boxes are empty. Maybe that defensive work and the physical play of Jake Berge fired his club up a little bit. They've got a nice bounce in their step. Midway through period number 4.
Baltimore's had 2 streaks of 3 goals apiece. You've got to watch it. They've got the firepower.
Martino lost his stick, able to pick it back up. Gate cruising in front. Tries a little shovel across that does not connect. Still plenty of time on the shot clock as that's high and wide. Shot clock now at 5. Gate spinning. Gate double team turning and still gets a ton on that. Loose on the floor.
Well, they should have gotten a reset because that shot was on goal that Gary Gait took, but they didn't get the reset.
No, the shot clock went all the way down to 0. And with 7 minutes, 17 seconds remaining, the Baltimore Thunder leads the Philadelphia Wings 10-9.
You know how you hear some words and you think you've seen them before? Investments. Right. They manage money. Serious. Then you see them again. Performance. Here. There. Not just any mutual fund. Yeah, that's it. Warburg Pincus Mutual Funds. They manage money. Right.
Warburg Pincus Family of Funds.
Did someone say Wings? Tickets for the Wings' next game against the Buffalo Bandits are on sale now. Wings fans, get ready for more scoring. Bring it on. More hitting. Bring it on. More action. More excitement than ever before. The Wings take on the Buffalo Bandits Saturday night, February 7th, 7:30 at the Core State Center. Tickets start at just $13, available at the box office and Ticketmaster. Get ready to take off. Bud Light presents the high-flying Philadelphia Wings. Get on board.
This is Comcast country, where more people use our wireless network than any other. People just like you. It seems sort of natural. Because we're from around here, we understand you better. What you want and what you need. What you're looking for in wireless phone service. And how to make it work on your budget. It's easy to get answers from Comcast. You'll find us within minutes of where you work or live. After all, we help people communicate every day. Comcast country. Nobody knows it better.
Terrific National Lacrosse League action. Baltimore a 10-9 lead on Philadelphia with 7:17 remaining, and Joe Staszak in a fitting location, Joe.
All right, Larry, I'm high above the field in section 222A. They call themselves the Wing Nuts. How appropriately named. You guys having a good time? You guys seem to be leading the crowd here and generating the excitement. Oh, yeah! We want Thunder! Thunder all the way! Thunder! We want Thunder! There you have the Wing Nuts, Larry.
And with Lee Belsmill, I'm Larry Rosen. Welcome back high atop the Core State Center. 7 minutes, 17 seconds remaining. And Peter Jacobs will take the face-off. Shots are almost even as the score has been against Paul Kentabene. Philadelphia still down 1.
Well, it's been a great game. Everything we predicted. Gait leading the offense for the Thunder. We had dramatic moments. Doherty coming in and doing a job while Collins had to get checked on the sideline. And now 7 action-packed, tense moments left.
It's Ryan yelling at his teammate as he makes his move. Now the pass, blindly accepted, and it's in front. A crease violation is called.
Tackle
by Philadelphia.
Right.
As Gait was trying to find his way in front.
You know, they've put Jacobs on him for a while. Now they're going to send Jacobs to the box. But Jacobs has been on Gary the last few times. We noticed earlier, Buzza, a couple size mismatches. Even Miller is only 165 against the 210, 215, and very strong Gary Gait. 6'5" is Peter Jacobs, and he physically can do the job. But he got a little bit tied up there of the feet. Gets called in 2 minutes in the box.
Key stretch of the game inside 7 minutes. Baltimore up 1 with the ball. Philadelphia boxing up defensively. Gait is at the top.
Martino gets to be open for a moment, and he misses the ball.
Philadelphia can hustle it down. That's Oglesby. Oglesby 2-on-2. Oglesby stops, pops, has it broken off his stick by Gait. Wow. O'Grady took a solid pop.
And he'll take it because it gives the ball back to his team. Bad move by the Thunder. They'll get it back eventually. And what you want to do here is not overreact if you're the Thunder player. Man down. Oglesby wanted to get into the cylinder. Nice overhead check there for Horms as he came down from the man-up situation. But then, flying in right there on the ground, that play on O'Grady gives the ball back to the wings.
Collins will start the offensive run with 1:28 and counting. It's left for Martino. The captain Martino at his own walk-it-up pace. Gait in front. Just that quickly, the score is at Tim Horms.
When you've got to favor Gary Gait, it is Horms down low. You've really got to go up and seal him up. Don't forget you're a man short. You've got to watch Gary Gait. So everybody's up top here. Now they go back door. Horms just is sitting there. If Volker, number 6, doesn't intercept that pass, watch the guy in the middle of the field. Gray. That's Volker. He has to pick it up. He misses it coming through, and then it's a slam dunk on the backside.
So it's 11-9. The Thunder regains a 2-goal lead.
That's the third power play goal, and they also scored one shorthanded.
So specialty teams have really been favor Baltimore.
No question about it.
Philadelphia, that one shorthanded goal, 5-on-3. They're down 2 and have to press the action. Martino, with 5:30 remaining, has some room left. Stops, goes over the top. Long rebound comes all the way out to Matt Shearer. Shearer challenged by Miller. Dangerous look in front. Oh, Ryan was all by himself. Couldn't handle a little pass across.
Ryan was enjoying watching it because if he was ready, that was an easy slam dunk, but he was just not quite ready to take the feed.
5:10 remaining. The dreadlocks of the dreaded Tom Ryan.
It's become his trademark, as you mentioned, Larry. He really feels like you can't get rid of him. It's too much a part of his personality.
7 years between haircuts. Not a bad idea.
He's really worked at his game. He's a tremendous player in the indoor game.
Finneran has it off the left arm of Collins. And the loose ball belongs to Baltimore. It's a 3-on-1 if they hurry. Ryan, middle of the floor. Across instead. Back looking, and it breaks down. Ryan finally cannot come out with that, and a 3-on-1 yields very little.
Ryan did a nice job to get the shot off. They still got the shot off, so Elliott paying attention the whole time makes the save.
Bates drops for Trainer. Philadelphia down by 2, working their way in. Maricek. Finneran fakes. Finneran walks in and had it between the pipes, but it did not roll all the way through. It deflected off the inner leg. Rogers for Philadelphia can't come out with a rebound. And a whack behind means possession Philadelphia.
Moving pick call on Derek Collins. He doesn't like the call. 4 minutes left. You got plenty of time, but you want to start putting pressure on. Philly obviously wants to start getting some quality shots on each possession.
Dumbit runs through to try to create some traffic. For Trainer, they do break a man free in front off the left arm. A terrific save off Maricek because he was well set up in front. How did he get that open?
That was textbook. Berge drew the defense, and then he dishes off to Maricek, makes the one fake, and he had Collins where he wanted him. Collins makes the big arm save.
Gait brings it all the way back out with 15 on the shot clock. He'll rag for a moment. And now take the screen. Take a second screen. The shovel pass and the save by Elliott as he was able to stop Klotson on the doorstep. A double screen staggered for Gait and a shot clock violation at the 3:26 plateau.
Well, Gary shows you what nightmares he can create for you because when you start paying attention to him, he's got every kind of all-speed. John Tucker looking at the clock. He's got all-speed passes and shots. You just don't know what he'll do with the ball, and he can do it all.
Now the crowd trying to get involved at 3:15 and counting. Philadelphia down 2, trying to remain undefeated. They need one to get close. Rogers threw it away. And here's the fleet-footed Bobby Martino with an end-to-end breakaway. He looked. Great save, Elliott. He was able to beat him long side. Baltimore's rebound in front. Martino, and he's beaten by the man who claims the rebound on his own.
his job. Philly needs to put some pressure on this end of the field.
Chris Bates breaks it free, looking for Marichek. It's loose on the floor. Ground ball picked up Baltimore. One-on-one, back the other way. And Tim Horm's good decision will just allow clock to roll while the rest of his squad joins him. Ryan, way out front. On the curl. Looking, shot is way over the top from Gait, looking for goal number 6 with 2:19 remaining. Philadelphia will play it back in, I believe, timeout. Philadelphia. Yep, timeout Philadelphia. So, head coach Tony Resch, his assistants will draw the team together. They need 2 to tie with 2:19 remaining.
Hope my car gets fixed today. And my sink. And my furnace. And my lawnmower. What? You idiot. You're gonna get us caught.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down,
Eddie!
make it a Bud Light.
Did someone say Wings? Tickets for the Wings' next game against the Buffalo Bandits are on sale now. Wings fans, get ready for more scoring. Bring it on. More hitting. Bring it on. More action. More excitement than ever before. The Wings take on the Buffalo Bandits Saturday night, February 7th, 7:30 at the Core State Center. Tickets start at just $13, available at the box office and Ticketmaster. Get ready to take off. Bud Light presents the high-flying Philadelphia Wings. Get on board.
Premium seating at the Core State Center is where business gets done. Isn't it time to break away from the competition? If strong relationships are among your business goals, score big with key clients by entertaining them in luxury suite and club box seating at the Core State Center, where business gets done. For more information on luxury suites and club box seating, call the Core State Center at 215-389-9500.
A reminder, Wings fans, don't miss out on any of this live action 5-game mini season ticket plans. Now available, they start as low as $60. It's 215-389-9464 for complete ticket information. Operators are standing by. Just over 2 minutes remaining here at the Core State Center. Baltimore's biggest lead was at 3. Philadelphia still trails by 2. And they need 1 to get close.
That's Tommy Marichek. What you want to do here is break the defense on the outer part of the shell so that Radeball, who's matched up on Tom Marichek, has to slide to somebody else and get it into Tom. He'll probably be in the middle of that field somewhere looking for trouble to happen off of him. You know, the matchups defensively, I talked about Volker being a lefty against Gait lefty. That's not a good matchup. But on the other hand, Baltimore has Radeball. Their top guy is a lefty against Marichek, who's a righty. So that lefty-righty matchup really works in the favor of the Thunder. That has been tough for Marichek to overcome tonight.
Finneran off the set play, works it down low, back to Bates at the top. His shot, now Collins didn't know where it was, but it was not in a dangerous spot. And Baltimore comes back up.
Not a bad shot, but the location wasn't Marichek-ish. You know, it wasn't in the corner. He needed about 6 more inches to the right.
Andy Ross as they change. Shot clock down to 12. Philadelphia breaks it free. Bates can come back if he can run that one down. Does not. Terrific job cutting over and finding it. Tim Horms.
Horms came from the bench. They were lucky on that one, Larry. That was a substitution. He was back there to cut off the fast break.
Matt Shearer. Again, in no particular hurry. Ryan tries to curl in front. Finneran tries to break it free if he can as the shot clock's down to 8 right now. Game clock's at 1:23 and time slipping away on Philadelphia. Shot clock at 2-1, and that will be a shot clock violation. But with 74 seconds remaining, there are worse things for Baltimore. And I believe Coach Resch will take another timeout. Now it's Baltimore that takes the timeout. 11-9. Lee, for the uninitiated, what types of set plays? Are there set plays for quick strikes coming off a restart like this?
Well, they do have set plays. You know, in the basic offensive sets of these indoor games, you split the field. You've got a left-hand side and right-handed side, and you try to set up a two-man side. For instance, Gait works with Panos. You create some space for them. They pick and roll and work the one side. But then you've got a lot of plays that work from driving the ball to the corner, getting the defense turned around. We've seen that tonight, and having picks off the ball. That's the kind of thing that Philadelphia would want to do here. Create movement on the defensive end for Baltimore.
How about Elliott coming out? He looks like he is going to stay on the bench following this timeout.
Here's the biggest defensive in the game tonight.
So they're pulling out and going to a six-attacker offense. They've got 1:14 left. They're creating their own power play, and they're risking the fact that they may give up a goal because they want to have a chance to win this game, which means they've got to score. Pulling the goal, 6-on-5 is the creation of the Wings as they pull Elliott.
Well, they played a magnificent contest, even if it winds up being in a losing effort, as he really did keep his club close.
Well, the whole Wings team should be proud. Both games played. 8 became the deciding factor, but the Wings there right down to the wire, and it's not over yet, folks.
Here comes Philadelphia. Finneran sends it across. That's Trainer at the top. Gates trying to create a screen in front. Finneran stepping, rolling, spinning. Trainer works the off way. That shot's over the top. Finneran, great job, rebound, save.
Denikin hit the pipe, and that was the play right there. Finneran to the backside. Denikin didn't stand enough in front of the goal to finish that play.
Huge pile up with the ball break spree as we're under a minute remaining.
Baltimore pretty much just zoned it up, Larry. They clogged up the middle, and that was a good play, but they had the shot, couldn't finish.
To put it away, and they do. Kip Folks takes the long pass end to end, and Baltimore begins to celebrate. It's a 12-9 Thunder lead with 37 seconds remaining.
12 goals to 9. This game was really anybody's game to just moments ago when Horn scored, and then Folks answers with this one.
What a pass. Right on target.
Folks has tremendous speed. They just lay it out to him. He's like a wide receiver with gifted speed. And then, what a great shot. He's got good velocity on a shot, and you can see that was more of a field shot, which is really his forte. Give him some room. Nobody can stay with him.
Kip Folks, an All-American out of Maryland, has quieted this crowd. Now with 30 seconds remaining, Philadelphia down 3. The shot is low from Oglesby and winds up in the crowd with 26.8 remaining. The net is empty at the other end.
Larry, Philadelphia played well. They are going to be a team that has to be reckoned with. They'll come out of this 2-1. Baltimore has to play again tomorrow night against the Ontario Raiders. It's a tough weekend for Baltimore.
Over the shoulder and off the crossbar by Gait. What a brilliant little individual effort, 1-on-3. And that was kind of just for fun for Gait.
He can play with 2 and 3 players hanging on him at 6'2", 215. He's got the strength, the speed, all the skills you need to make it happen.
For the first time since 1991, the Baltimore Thunder has come to Philadelphia and will go back down I-95 as winners. Terrific performance, the keeper Collins and the superstar Gary Gait. The Thunder wins it by a final score of 12-9 over the Philadelphia Wings in the home opener for Philadelphia. We'll come back and wrap it up in just a moment.
This is Jim Larkin. He helped build Comcast's new all-digital network so that people like you can now enjoy clearer sound, the widest coverage, the most reliable digital service in the region, and yes, even longer battery life, all on the largest network of its kind in the area. So welcome to Comcast Country, and welcome to Comcast Digital PCS. Nobody knows it better.
Run, don't walk to Kelly Sports for the area's largest selection of sports equipment and athletic footwear. Winter is here, so skate into Kelly's for your new ice hockey equipment. We also have a great selection of sweatsuits and winter sportswear, including Columbia ski jackets. Whatever you'll need for the winter season, we've got it. Because at Kelly's, we supply sports. Kelly Sports, Route 202 and Matlack Street in Westchester. We also carry a full line of York free weights, weight benches, and accessories.
If a career in law is the definition of success, the Mainline Paralegal Institute wrote the book. For over 2 decades now, Mainline Paralegal has been helping people like you find career success as well-paid, highly respected paralegals.
At Mainline Paralegal Institute, you will receive hands-on training, classes that fit your schedule, instructors who are expert in their field, and free job placement assistance.
So call today and let Mainline Paralegals show you the way to career success. 610-687-4600.
This National Lacrosse League action is brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it up Bud Light. And by Bryan Lacrosse Equipment, the official equipment supplier of the National Lacrosse League. And by Naya Water, official water of the National Lacrosse League.
On March 17, 1991, Baltimore defeated Philadelphia 17-14 at the Core State Spectrum. That was March 17, 1991, the last time a Baltimore team has defeated Philadelphia in Philadelphia, largely due to special teams and a very special player by the name of Gary Gaitley.
He is our Bud Light MVP, sensational player, three-time MVP in this league. Look how he can put the ball in the net. He does it all kinds of ways: power, speed, accuracy, and velocity. Gary Gait took over this game, scoring 5 of the 12 goals for the Baltimore Thunder. Anytime it was in doubt, he started them off with 2 goals. He ended up with 2 of the last 4. He is the Bud Light MVP.
Our final score once again. The Baltimore Thunder has defeated the Philadelphia Wings to ruin the Wings' home opener by a final score of 12-9. And a reminder for more on tonight's game, both Gary Gait and Philadelphia's captain Scott Gabrielson will be joining Michael Barkan on Spotlight at 11 o'clock this evening.
To 125% of the value of your home. So even with no equity, you can still consolidate bills, make home improvements, or even get some extra cash. Just call 1-800-510-PLUS. You'll get an answer before you hang up. First Plus, no equity is no problem. So call 1-800-510-PLUS.
Mom, we're thirsty!
Well, I've got 2 glasses of Sun Fizz coming right up.
Sunfizz, that's our favorite!
That's because there's a delicious ray of sunshine in every drop.
Come on, guys.
I'm filled with nature's goodness. Hey, what's this, you people? I've got vitamins and minerals.
Trust your gut, not some cartoon character.
If you're afraid of all those dangerous chemical diets, then this is for you. Introducing the Natural Slim Patch Diet Program. I didn't think anything like the Slim Patch Diet Program existed.
When I tell them that I'm on an all-natural weight loss system, they are just blown away.
I've lost 11 pounds and with no side effects.
I lost 41 pounds on this diet. It was so easy, I couldn't believe it.
For more information about the Natural Slim Patch Diet Program and the lifestyle support systems for sleep and stress, call this toll-free number right now.
Hi, I'm Ron Burke. Monday on Sports Rise, the Flyers back on Core State Center ice to get ready to host the Isles. We'll have a preview. The Sixers head north of the border to battle the Toronto Raptors, and we will hear from the Sixers. Plus highlights from Super Bowl 32. Catch all the weekend's action, plus Burke's Best, right here on Sports Rise, your source for early morning sports, Monday from 6 to 10 a.m.
The Philadelphia Wings have one of the most potent offenses in the National Lacrosse League and are backed by strong goaltending. Syracuse in the middle of 3 in a row at home, coming off a big win over Rochester and looking to make it 2 in a row. It's the Smash versus the Wings next.
Live from Syracuse, New York, it's the National Lacrosse League. This evening, it's the Syracuse Smash entertaining the Philadelphia Wings. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the On Center in Syracuse. I'm Brian Blessing with Pete Weber and Leif Elsmo. This should be a good one, and we're going to start talking about the Philadelphia Wings with Pete Weber. And Pete, this is a team with plenty of tradition in this league. And it's a team that got off to a good start, but they got to be in a bad mood. They're coming in off a loss to Baltimore.
Coming in off their first loss of the season, a game in which they were held to 9 goals. So let's see if they can get something going offensively here tonight. They're very strong defensively, as is the Baltimore club. Tom Marashek is their leader in scoring so far. 7 of those 12 points are coming on goals. And he is very familiar to Central New York fans, having been a star player at Syracuse University, where he is second only to Gary Gait in career goals.
As for the home team, one of the new teams in the National Lacrosse League, and we bring Leif Elsmo in, certainly this is a team, the Syracuse Smash Leaf, that have to be riding high. They're coming off their first victory in franchise history.
Well, they had a win last time out. They've played not very good defense. Has been the bottom line for them. This is a team led by Paul Gait. He gets a lot of attention, but Chris Pratt has really shown bright. He's a Victoria kid, 6 goals, 8 assists, 6 goals on 20 shots, I might remind you, and that is the best shooting percentage on this team. He's the big righty. Paul Gait's the big lefty.
Plenty of keys for this game this evening. Certainly Marty O'Neill has to come up big for Syracuse, but let's start with the keys to the game for Philadelphia.
Well, Philadelphia has to, first of all, limit Paul Gait. He's going to get his goals, but don't give him a 5-6 goal game. They need to score on the power play. That's been very weak, the weakest in the league. And they need 8+ goal scorers. That's why they lost the last game. They only had 5 guys score. They need 8 to contribute. Now for the Syracuse Smash, they've got to score early. They have not scored first yet. They have not led at the half yet this year. Their team has to play better defense, protect their goalie, and they need to create space for the great ability of Paul Gait.
All right, it's just about time to get this one underway. No more talking. It's time for action. These guys have to head upstairs. I'm going over to the Syracuse bench. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the starting goaltenders and the opening faceoff.
Hey, buddy. I'll trade you my scarf for that last Bud Light. Come on. But the hat? That's fair. What more could you possibly want, huh? Oh. You got her on, Neil.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
I never said it was the last one.
Make it a Bud Light.
This National Lacrosse League action is brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. And by Bryan Lacrosse Equipment, the official equipment supplier of the National Lacrosse League. And by Naya Water, official water of the National Lacrosse League.
Welcome from the On Center in downtown Syracuse. Yes, tonight it's the Syracuse Smash going against the Philadelphia Wings. Pete Weber and Leif Elsmo upstairs in the gallery. And as you were told, Brian Blessing has positioned himself on the bench of the Syracuse Smash. A couple of teams here tonight. Syracuse trying to get something going defensively, Leif, which is something that the Philadelphia Wings have pretty well mastered.
Well, they build from the defensive end, Philadelphia does. They've got a great, rich tradition, which you touched upon in the open. This team knows how to win championships, and they do it from the defensive end, like in most sports. That's where they'll start it. The expansion team, the Syracuse Smash, trying to find an identity. They've got Marty O'Neill, a great goaltender, but they are loaded with offensive stars that must learn how to protect Marty O'Neill before they go up there and start jazzing everybody up with some electric offense.
And if they can get that offense going, well, yeah, that's something that they've had a little bit, but they've had their problems with some leads. They had a big win against the Rochester Nighthawks club here 1 week ago, their first home game of this 1998 season for this franchise new to the National Lacrosse League. And they were able to hold off a Rochester club, which had played the night before, but beat them 14-12, and Lord knows what happens if you can develop some sort of confidence. Let's take a look at the starting goaltenders for tonight. And no stranger here to outstanding play over the years, Dallas Elliott in goal for the Philadelphia Wings.
And he is a perennial first-team All-Pro. This number is 77% save percentage. That is excellent. That's at the top of the National Lacrosse League. Dallas Elliott, very tough. Behind him, Andy Piazza, who also had a sensational game against New York this year and will be easy to go to if they have to. But Elliott will be there for the full game. O'Neill, on the other end, the worst percentage in the league right now. His save percentage is actually a little bit lower than that. It's down around 67, and that is the lowest percentage in the league now. He has had a tough time getting defensive help, and he hopes to get it tonight.
Play underway, Syracuse Smash with the ball. Paul Gait going, as that was deflected away by Elliott, and going up after the loose ball, swept out, across into the backcourt, and coming out to pick that one up would be Marty O'Neill, but the ball will go over to the Philadelphia Wings. We're just 28 seconds into this one.
Well, they created some great space. We talked about it in the keys. You got to give space for Paul Gait to do his thing, and they had the matchup of Jacobs. This team of Philadelphia did not match up well against Gary Gait size-wise. They put Jacobs, the big guy, against Paul Gait, Gary Gait's identical twin.
Kevin Finneran from the right side goes straight away. They score! Jim Rogers with the goal just 38 seconds in.
Well, Marty O'Neill is an emotional goalie. We're going to talk to him at halftime. He's a guy that has to keep his head in the game, and he can easily get racked out of his game plan if you get on him early. This team has not had the first goal of any of the 4 games they've played. This is the 4th game Smash has played. Here's Rogers coming over the top. Philadelphia feels that they can beat O'Neal from the outside, and they do on the first shot of the game.
Play underway again. Philadelphia picking up the ball and coming over on the attack. Matt Oglesby pulls back, and Philadelphia changes up personnel on the floor.
Face-offs will be huge. You know, Rodney Tapp leads the league. He will be doing it for the Syracuse Smash, but Jacobs, a pretty good customer himself. And Chris Flynn back in the lineup for Philadelphia.
This is Kevin Finneran spinning, looking, and now coming down to the side of the crease. Feeds out straight away. That's Maricek. Maricek with the shot off the chest of O'Neal. And now coming back to the way comes the Syracuse Smash with Chris Pratt leading the way.
That's the righty. He doesn't want to be on that side of the field. That's not a good shot for a right-handed shooter. There's nothing to shoot at when he let that ball go.
Breaking back. There's Bates. Getting started to Mueller now for the Philadelphia Wings. Finneran on the right wing where he likes to start it out. The shot. He scores over the left shoulder. It's 2-0 Philadelphia.
And Finneran again taking the outside shot. They have studied film. They've really gone to school on Marty O'Neal and feel like you don't want to get in Marty's face. You want to shoot from the outside, pick your spots. And was that a great spot? Watch this crafty left-hander come up top of the key, right up the top of the cylinder, and then find the corner. Perfect location. He just rips rope right in the corner for goal number 2. This is not even 2 minutes gone, Pete. They've got the 2-0 lead.
Just as he was crossing from right to left and getting off his shot on the move. On the attack, Jacobs not able to handle it cleanly. Picked up by Bill Miller. Miller coming out along the right boards.
Not a good sign that Philadelphia gets 2 out of the 3 faceoffs.
Miller twisting and trying to find an opening. The ball knocked away from him and scooped up. Smash coming back in there with Rodney Tapp. Pulling up down the left wing side and throwing it back. Batley didn't handle it cleanly. Here's Tapp. Tapp has some room inside, then turned away, throws it behind the net. As Syracuse tries to find an opening themselves. Good pick to Halliday. And a save there is made by Dallas Elliott.
Well, I said good pick, but evidently Mike Ventura, Ace Ventura, one of the referees down here, saw it as a moving pick. Moving pick violation, gives it back.
Brian Blessing down on the bench. Brian?
All right, Pete, Kevin Alexander, the coach Neil Doddridge talking about defensively Syracuse. They want their men to get back, pick up a man, face up, and call it out and look for those odd man situations. So defensively, the key right now in the early stages.
Miller taking the shot there that was handled by Marty O'Neal, and now coming down on the attack, almost deflected away. That off the body of Todd Katanchi.
Well, they had Paul Gate coming out of the box for the offensive fast break. They found pass of one right to Paul, couldn't quite connect.
Ball is free, and without the cross, it was kicked away by Brian Volker.
Actually, it's Berge, 66. 6 is Volker. Tough to see these jerseys a little bit unforgiving on the numbers.
A little bit, yes. Now moving, Gate breaking free, shooting, and then off the arm of Dallas Elliott.
And look at the matchup again. They didn't have a good matchup against Gary. They put the big guy, 6'5" Jacobs, on Paul.
Shot again turned away. That one taken by Mike Meridian. Syracuse continuing as Gate got a bit of a pick there, trying to throw it down low to Meridian, but they missed the connection on the pass.
Pete, we'll talk about that matchup as we go on, but again, it's a size matchup that really gave Philadelphia fits last week. Both their key defensemen are light and left-handed, which don't match up well against either Paul or Gary. The pressure moves to Jacobs, who looks like he'll have a lot of defensive assignments tonight.
As Philadelphia makes the switch in the personnel. This is Oglesby looking over on the right side. Back out, Oglesby takes the return, and that shot, that's turned away, then deflects off the post. As Trader took the shot, and the ball will turn over to the Syracuse Smash.
Well, you can see what they're doing. Again, all 3 shots of note, of record here, have been from the outside, putting a lot of heat on goalie O'Neal.
Take it off the hand, and now here we go back. It will be Philadelphia ball with 10:48 to go first quarter. 2-0, Wings in front of the Syracuse Smash.
A fresh 30-second shot clock as well because it did go off the goalie's hand.
At Oglesby to trigger the play. Oglesby held up for a moment at the line. Pulls back. Going across, looking for Chris Flynn. That going wide and taken off the glass. Philadelphia continues on the attack. So we have a delay penalty call coming up here. And picking the ball up now, Brian Volker. Coming off to Oglesby. Oglesby breaking inside. The shot turned away. And then the whistle blows as Chris Flynn tries to go over and pick up and continue play. But 4 minutes, 38 seconds gone.
Another one of our keys to this game for Philadelphia, Pete, is that they've got to connect on these power plays. By average, I feel they'll get 3 more chances on a power play than Syracuse will. They've got to convert some of these and make the other team pay for those violations.
Syracuse penalty assessed again at 4:38 as Greg Pepper goes off. So the first power play opportunity for either side going to Philadelphia. There's pass and a short hot shot on the side. Berge with the score.
Well, Jake Berge, sensational play, Pete. Berge had literally not but a crack to shoot at. Berge comes in from the backside. This is exactly what you want to do in a power play. Obviously, work from one side to the next, go to the back door on the goalie. But Berge was well behind the goal. Watch how far he's behind the goal. When he gets the ball, he just slivers it in that one little crack that O'Neill gave him and then runs behind Berge, the rookie, son of Bill Berge, middle linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles. Jake Berge, the guy who just scored 3-time All-America at Salisbury, a sensational athlete who has picked up this game very quick.
Loose ball down in the Syracuse smash zone. That one is picked up by Bill Miller and then pulled away, coming over right side, Chris Flynn. Was knocked out of his hands. Goes after on the retrieving of that. Power play goal by Jake Berge has Philadelphia up 3-0. Matt Oglesby working the periphery out high to Bill Miller. 13 on the shot clock. This is Greg Traynor. And then the shot is taken from the side and scoring is Bill Miller. It's 4-0 Philadelphia. And the Philadelphia Wings have scored 4 times on 7 shots here tonight against Marty O'Neill.
And they are really making it look easy. O'Neill not very comfortable. Don't forget, O'Neill has not had a game to get comfortable, really. Last game they won. He got a little bit of time to get his feet under him. But the first game of this season, he allowed 23 goals and has really been rocked every game, not being very comfortable. Here's one from the outside. Every shot from Philly, really pushing from the outside. They feel there's a weakness, and boy, have they exposed one. Not even 6 minutes gone. 4-0, they lead.
Let's go down to that Syracuse bench again, and Brian Blessing.
All right, Pete, certainly not the kind of start Syracuse is looking for. And right now, Kevin Alexander trying to calm his troops down. The other side of the coin, I'm telling you, Philadelphia, this is a loose team. Smiles beaming on their bench. They're excited the way they've started out. Right now, Kevin Alexander, he's giving his team what for and trying to calm them down.
On top of all of this, we talked about it at the very top of the telecast. Kevin Alexander not looking all that calm, trying to calm them down, Lee.
Well, Kevin Alexander, you're looking at him right now, one of the best ever to come out of Canada, a tremendous finisher. If you have followed the Indoor League for any length of time, he was the key player for Buffalo in '93 when they beat this Philadelphia Wings team in Buffalo. He is, again, the best finisher, the best shooter, pure shooter, one of the best that Canada has ever produced. And this is Tony Resch, who played defense against Kevin Alexander in that same championship game, now coaching the team he played for 6 years, the Philadelphia Wings. Tony Resch got his guys together. They have 3 new players on this team than they had in the loss to Baltimore. They brought Adam Mueller on. They also brought Tom Slate in, and their great leader for many years, Chris Flynn, is healthy. Number 9, watch him. He is playing on the 3rd line.
On the face-off, deflects off the boards, picked up, and Philadelphia comes away with it, and we have a whistle as with a backcourt violation.
Philadelphia again, Pete, getting that face-off. It's surprising because that is one area that Syracuse Smash has dominated with Rodney Tapp.
So Syracuse coming down on the attack. The good move inside. Lockwood shot deflected away. Ballgate takes it back. Big. Over on the left side. Lockwood. And then they start to score. Syracuse finally breaks through. Mike Meridian. 6 minutes into the quarter.
Meridian does a nice job of getting into the center of the cylinder and then driving his stick sidearm, going right hip high. Hip high is where it's been trouble for O'Neill tonight, and this is where it beats Elliott on the other end. You see how the arm comes up, you've got a base down below, and there's a hole right around the hip side that allows the shooter dream to be a good target. That's exactly what Meridian hit.
Syracuse on the board. It's a happier bench. Hey, Brian Blessing?
Well, Pete, I'll tell you, Kevin Alexander looks like a genius. That was a beautiful timeout. He got his team calmed down. After the goal, he said, patience, patience, patience. A long way to go.
Well, knocked away from Owen Benedict, and recovering Chris Bates for the Philadelphia Wings. Philadelphia On the attack, up 4-1 this game. They led 4-0 with 4 goals in their first 7 shots. Here's Finneran. Finneran moving toward the center and backing away. Lob coming across to Marichek, and the shot is score! It's 5-1 Philadelphia with 8:11 remaining in the first quarter.
And again, it sounds like a broken record, but this team is shooting from the outside. That's the book that they feel they can exploit. And they have taken tremendously accurate outside shots and have really riddled Brian O'Neill. Look at Marichek. He is one of the most magical shooters in the Indoor League. He can do it from behind, his back, in front. But he literally just picked the perfect spot, and that's what they've been doing from the outside. What that does, of course, is get O'Neill upset about where he's standing. He'll start second-guessing himself. He'll be moving up, moving back, moving right, moving left, not quite confident that he's in the right spot.
He has to keep his emotions in check. That's what works for him sometimes. Syracuse coming back with it. Pratt giving off on the left side. Looking for the play in front. That shot turned away, taken by Ed Bay. Syracuse retrieving.
One of our other keys, Pete, was that 8+ scores for Philadelphia was required. They have 5 goals on 5 different shooters.
Mike Benedict with the shot. Elliott to stop and then holds on to it. He'll look for the outlet. Dallas Elliott passing over to his left. Greg Trainer will start it upfield. Right side with it, and breaking free for a moment. Finneran, and we have a violation here.
Moving pick called on Adam Mueller, one of those new guys that joined the team. The 3 that joined this week off the loss of last week.
Syracuse down 4. It's 5-1. Here was 6:49 to go in the first quarter. The pass deflected away behind. And that will be a backcourt violation against the Syracuse Smash.
Finneran did a nice job, didn't he? Finneran just sensed the pass coming up and checked his stick just enough, not hard, to take away the catch. Finneran had a great week last week and lost to Baltimore. He had 3 goals and really was strong. Late in the game, had a little trouble second-guessing his own shooting, but he had 3 goals before the third quarter.
Slate, and they get the play started. Turning inside against Batley, deflected away from him. Picked up on the right side, taken by O'Grady. Back for Slate.
You know Rex will be talking to Slate. Slate when it gets the hook, he pushed in close. They want him shooting outside.
Berge coming in and charging toward the goal. Hits it off the crossbar, and now some retaliation. Berge went right in on O'Neill.
He was low, didn't he?
Oh.
When he goes north-south, very tough to stop him, and he is a north-south player. So even though the book is shoot outside, this guy's a north-south runner. Watch him come in. Power right through the defensive check. Come inside now. He comes in to O'Neill, who hates that kind of charge, and the defense, or his other teammate came in to defend O'Neill.
The son of the linebacker, Jake Berge. There's a shot, and he scores! Gate cutting across around traffic, and the smash on the board for the second time tonight.
Ballgate just working the left side and getting away from Jacobs, and he had a pick. Philadelphia does not like the double. Watch the double come in. Here's the overriding, going to the wrong side of Paul. You just have to keep him from that cylinder from the middle. Make him go down for the right-handed shot. Paul did a nice job of rolling into the middle. No help there, and of course he is a pure shooter that gets the time. He's going to hurt you.
He got plenty of time there and used traffic to help him out. And for Syracuse, off to Benedict. Benedict checked there by Bill Miller, retrieves. Benedict's pass, that goes over the head of Meridian, off the glass, and taken down by Gate. Gate, very physical player. Slipped it over the back. Now trying to finish Meridian. Didn't control it for the shot. As it's scooped off to the side and they score. Yeah, picking up the garbage down low, and Syracuse is back within 2.
I'd be surprised if Rex doesn't call a timeout. He's got to get this team settled. That was obviously a wonderfully opportunistic shot on Dallas Elliott, who had 2 in his face in about 30 seconds. The play is really busted. Everybody's sitting a little bit flat-footed, and then the back door just buries it on Elliott. Watch how it just dribbles down. They made a nice defensive check. Everybody's a little bit flat-footed. Rolls past Volker, and they finish down to the left.
Brian Blessing, you have to see some positive emotion on that bench now.
Well, Pete, I'll tell you, Kevin Alexander's talked about Elliott in the net. He's a left-handed goalie. The last 2 possessions, he's calling for his team to shoot low to the right-hand side. 2 possessions, 2 goals, low to the right-hand side. Alexander has a good grip on what's going on out there on the floor.
Tom Slate plays it back for Philadelphia to Paul O'Grady. O'Grady moving around, got some room, and then checked away from him at the last by Neil Dodge. His ball comes toward the goaltender, and Marty O'Neill picks up. 4:40 remaining in the first quarter. Philadelphia, which was out 4-0, leading 5-3. Bay throws it down low on the left side. Syracuse smash on the attack. Pass comes across on the board, taken away. Swinging around that shot, that's turned away by Dallas Elliott as Benedict took it for the Syracuse smash. Bill Miller with the bounce pass to Greg Traynor as they change personnel. And this is Tom Marechek, who scored a beautiful goal earlier. He bounces off the check. Turns around, even off in the left corner. Chris Flynn, out of Traynor. Trainor's pass comes back out high to Oglesby. 5 on the shot clock. Oglesby moving inside and scores. Bounced it in there past Marty O'Neill.
What do you think, Pete? Maybe after 10 shots, does O'Neill have 2 saves?
That's right. That's what it boils down to right now.
Oglesby, the 6th goal, Pete, and the 6th goal scorer. So again, great distribution on the offensive end for Philadelphia, which they need to do. And they are really controlling a good game plan on that end of the field. Oglesby, tremendous speed and quickness from Duke University.
Philadelphia, violation on the faceoff. They take control. Philadelphia will rebuild that lead, which was 4 goals. Marechek turning inside, under check, gets it back, and then tried a wild backhander taken off the end boards and a penalty. As a result of the check he took before the shot was underway.
The check was a little high. They were working him above the shoulders a little bit, Pete, and that's always going to get you 2 minutes in the box if you go over the shoulders to the head. Yeah, almost connected on the free shot for Marechek, a little bit high on that shovel shot. This again, power play. They scored with Berge on that first time, don't forget. They need to make Syracuse pay for these penalties.
Todd Katanchik took this one at 11:38. They work the ball around on the outside, torn away by Trapp, and now coming back with Batley. All right, Syracuse shorthanded with the ball. Paulke, he scored shorthanded on a televised National Lacrosse League game 2 weeks ago tonight. Working around on the outside, kept out there again. Syracuse shorthanded. Here comes Gait, right the over-the-shoulder shot. Bounced away, and now the Philadelphia Wings come back up with it. Working down the right side, Finneran. Finneran sets up, gives it off. Trainer's shot. That's away and picked up by Tapp.
Off the iron, Pete. That one was past O'Neill, came off the pipe.
1:10 remaining in the power play for the Philadelphia Wings. Syracuse with the ball. Chris Pratt. Syracuse content to kill off time. Halliday
trying to get Paul free over there. They'd like to get the ball into Paul Gates' stick, but Boker is laying on him.
And the shot over traffic by Pratt, handled by Elliott with a little bit of problems. Now Philadelphia down on the attack. Greg Traynor on the right side. He's in there 1-on-4 and taking some slashes in the process. Finneran looking. 33 seconds to go on the Wings power play. Finneran straight away. Faked it. The shot by Marechek. Deflected high off the screen. A save there by Marty O'Neill.
O'Neill made a nice adjustment, Pete. He came out higher on the outside shot and got his arm up in that area that they've been killing him on. So O'Neill making a slight adjustment that's made him more effective on that shot. Watch again how he comes in from the right. Right screen. And watch how Marty steps up and puts his right shoulder up, really blocking that, giving him trouble.
Great coverage there. Yeah, very good adjustment under fire. Now Berge could hold on to it in front. Nice move to take it away by Jenner. Batley almost being tackled from behind. Heading to the net. And then off the shoulder of Elliott. 10 seconds to go in the Philadelphia Wings man advantage. Finneran coming down into the Syracuse zone. And time is going to expire without another power play shot. Bill Miller checked there by Katanchik as he came out of the penalty box.
Miller's a great story. All-American in Hobart. Twice player of the year on the offensive end of the field. One of the best defensive players here.
O'Grady with the shot deflected away as he came into the crease for the violation. Just about a minute 5 to go here in the first quarter.
It'll be the last possession for Syracuse in this first half, or first quarter rather.
Coming down the left side with it, Chris Pratt. Set up with Bay, out toward the top, and then moving inside to score. Greg Pepper took a beautiful beat. Pepper put it away upstairs, and all of a sudden it's a 2-goal game.
Well, this starts with Pepper absolutely losing Bergie or whoever. Bergie was the closest guy, but somebody just totally lost Pepper. Pepper saw that nobody was on him, came flying in front of this guy, Dallas Elliott. Watch to your right. He'll come flying across the crease. Nobody on him. Bergie was not watching him. Watch Bergie. Bergie's, hey, wait a minute. He didn't think it was his man, but nobody was covering Pepper. He sensed it, got open, and they hit him.
It's a 2-goal game. Philadelphia, the lead. Trying to break Jacobs ahead. Handle the pass cleanly. Goes into the corner to pick it up. He's under check there from Fred Jenner. Jenner picks it up. And he comes out of traffic with the ball. 30 seconds to go. We're in the first quarter. Jenner tosses as they make the change. Gate comes off the bench.
It's a bad matchup again. Miller's a good defensive player, number 99, but again, he's 165.
Oh, and that shot hit the inside of the post, taken by Halliday.
Miller 165 against Paul Gate, more like 215, 220.
Philadelphia, 7 seconds to go in the quarter. Setting up, looking, shooting into the chest there of O'Neal. And a whistle toots just as time runs out in the first quarter. At the end of one, Philadelphia with the lead over Syracuse, 6-4, after the Philadelphia Wings had broken out to that 4-goal lead. It was 4-0 to get it all started. We'll have more National Lacrosse League action coming up in just a moment.
It takes an iron constitution to hold up under the spotlight.
I got hit with every punch in the world for 20 years, and every punch I got hit with hurt.
There is no place to run or hide under the spotlight.
So I hit you.
Yeah, right? I'm just going to come back. We're just going to,
and that's it.
Even the most deep-seated hopes and fears get uncovered under the spotlight.
When something happens bad in a game, you lose confidence in yourself. And, that's what happened to me, but I feel like my confidence is back now, and I'm just ready to play and win some ball games.
Weeknights at 11. Catch your favorite sports personalities under the spotlight with Michael Barkan. Spotlight on Comcast Sportsnet, your sports network. When the alarm clock goes off, Sports Rise with Ron Burke goes on. Get up with the sun and up on last night's scores, news, and highlights every weekday morning, all morning long. Sports Rise on Comcast Sportsnet, your source for early morning sports.
Jewelry is timeless. It marks the important moments of our lives. Its glow reflects our promises and our triumphs. Our celebrations and our legacies. At Kaplan's, we understand just how precious jewelry can be.
Coley Pontiac Buick now has 2 fantastic locations with over $2 million of used car inventory. Visit the new Coley Auto Sales now in Coatesville, bringing an outstanding reputation to your area. We have the largest, cleanest, and highest quality used cars available in Chester County.
Credit problems, no problem here.
Come in and see for yourself. We're Chester County's #1 pre-owned car dealer. Remember, Coley Auto Sales for a giant selection, great value, and integrity. 1961 East Lincoln Highway, Coatesville.
All right, let's get you ready here for the second quarter, and a nice comeback by Syracuse down early to Philadelphia in this one. The strategy was to shoot low on Elliott, but Greg Pepper with a beautiful shot as he really crosses up Elliott, who's now looking for the short shots down on the short side, down low. Pepper crosses him up and goes upstairs. But a nice comeback feat by Syracuse. They showed a lot of heart here to get back in this one. They really were down and very well could have been out as well.
The lecture of patience by Kevin Alexander appeared to have paid off. Pete Weber, Leif Ellsmo upstairs at the on-center in Syracuse. Syracuse smashed with the ball. Paul Gate, Mr. Everything for this club, feeds in front, and a fantastic save there made by Dallas Elliott.
Paul did a great job of distributing that ball down low. He's not known as a feeder. Usually Paul's really tunnel vision. When he gets the ball, he's going to shoot. That's smart for him to give it up because always somebody off the ball will be open when Paul Gate's getting defended.
Mike Busick for the Philadelphia Wings. Tim Rogers. Outside, turning in. Now spun back around outside to Flynn. Flynn looking for some room. Cutting inside. Bounced it wide. 50 seconds here and a 30-second shot clock violation. Turned the ball over to the Syracuse Smash.
Pete, 10 goals scored in the first quarter, and nobody had 2 goals. 10 different scores.
Isn't that amazing? Give me an indication of what we can expect yet here in this one. Not 2 minutes into the second quarter, the shot. Great save there made by Elliott. Moving inside to make the stop. That in toward his midsection. This is Rogers for the Philadelphia Wings.
They're in asks for it on the far side. He was wide open. Now he sets up the offense and see if they get back to the outside shooting. They were really cherry-picking their spots early on.
They had time and space and wished to do that. Kevin Zimmer moving around. Now feeds it inside. Hit the post. A shot there by Adam Mueller. Hit the post.
Textbook give and go, wasn't it, Pete?
Oh, it was beautiful. Holding up outside. There's Pratt. Running inside now, Benedict. Benedict going in. He scores! Benedict with the score, and Syracuse now is down just 1.
Well, Mike Benedict left the defender faked out of his shoes, and then when he came in, he really had an electric shot, selling low. First a big fake. Now watch him sell low and come up over the top. You don't do it any better than that. He made a huge sell job to Elliott, who was one of the best, if not the best, in the goal. Right there, big fake, lock the defense, and now it's all quick. Sell him low and come over the top. Beautiful job.
Brian Blessing is on what is now a very happy Syracuse bench.
All right, Mike, that's a great effort. Let's talk about the comeback your team's made here after getting down early.
Well, I think we came out a little flat-footed there. But, I think all we needed was about 5 minutes, get the cobwebs up. We're ready to go now.
I heard Greg Pepper, when he came back, say, when you're going in on goal, give him a head fake. Boy, you gave him every fake you had in the book there.
So they say. So my old man taught me, use the body.
All right, Mike.
Follows your chest.
Great goal. Back upstairs.
All right, the long shot was taken by Halliday from outside. That'll turn things over to Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Wings now leading by just 1. Not exactly along the lines of the way this evening started, Lee.
No, and you know what? They really haven't had the kind of shots they had for most of that first quarter. If you notice, they just haven't gotten them off. Now, we'll have to see if you credit that to the defense of Syracuse, but they haven't had those outside shots.
Jake Berkey to Bull, and that one was stopped as he came into the crease.
And the other thing they've had, Pete, is about 3 or 4 pipe shots. They've been very close to scoring.
Bill Miller getting some room, trying to get around Tapp, and Tapp recovered late to defend him. Picked up Paul O'Grady, and then his pass intercepted Halliday. Breaking downfield to Bentley. Here comes Bentley on the break, trying to pick his spot and stopped by Elliott.
That was textbook Elliott. Elliott sits low, gives him the high corner, and then just sweeps up with the acrobatic save.
Slate up for the Philadelphia Wings. Working low right to Trainer. Trainer watching the flow of the traffic.
This team kind of forgot the formula. For that first 8 minutes, they've got to try to re-find it.
Uza with Oglesby looking down low left. Uza holding on to it. 4 seconds on the clock. Flynn turning inside, getting off the shot. That was turned away. As time runs out on the shot clock.
Well, they should get a reset because they hit him right in the chest. And they do.
That was the signal to the off-the-field officials there to take care of that. Greg Trainer out for Oglesby. And Oglesby tried to move inside. His pass cut off by Doddridge. Now Trainer, and that one goes wildly off the glass. Flynn gets it. Flynn's pass intercepting there, Charlie Lockwood.
Lockwood made 2 sensational plays. He really took away the first shot. Then the ball was loose, and he intercepted the second.